As all good things come to an end, this course, Diploma, the Master Trainer, DMT2, is also ending. We are here to bid farewell to the course, Diplome, the Master Trainer. A teenager is asked to choose the subjects for his career. We, the students of this course, Diplome, the Master Trainer, became teenagers again a few weeks back. It all began on the 20th of May 2022, when we had our first class, which was identifying our niche. Will you may have heard this word for the first time then. Mr. Arun Subramanian, fellow students of course DMT2 and also of DMT1 and guests. The first task itself was a stumbling block. Finding our niche is not easy. It's easy to speak about others, but when it is about ourselves, it's not so. The deep dive into ourselves began. For everything, we answered the toughest questions and validated whatever we were saying. We learned about biases that people have. We learned about the ecosystem that we have and we live in versus what we should have. This is a course to make the students global master trainers. So developing the necessary competencies is important, as also understanding the archetypes, the types of people who exist on this planet. We were taught such fine things as to find out who the influencer is in any organization. It need not be the head of the establishment. It can be the PA or even a low-ranking official. We dwelt upon our value proposition in a crowded market. We learned and went on to making our brand strategy and validating it. There were sessions on storytelling. Most of this course is on cognitive science. The power of stories in understanding any subject and making people understand is extremely important. There were sessions on conceptualization and insight. This forced us to dig deeper into topics, into the human mind, and also into ourselves. Supported ably by Ms. Sujata Balaji, Mr. Arun took us into the sphere of languaging, the art and science of communicating with the subconscious, bypassing the conscious mind. He taught us how embedding is done and how it works on the subconscious mind. He dwelt enough on opening the body and the closing of any speech. Mr. Arun Subramanian gave more than a dozen books to read. I think that this learning will never end. Now enters Ms. Nisreen Gandhi with her subject, the learning process. We learned the obstacles to learning, the learning hierarchy, and perceptual modalities. Ms. Umama came with modern age methods of communication. She taught us podcasting and slide making, use of Canva, and making our own website was taught to us by Mr. Jyotinath Balaji. He also taught us the nuances of digital marketing using Facebook, blogs, etc. Mr. Arun taught us cash flow, which is so very important for sustenance of any business. He covered the mistakes people make, various cash flow problems, and important aspects of business. He took us into the secrets of world-class presentations. This topic he covered in detail. Then he went on to cover delivery strategies on the virtual platform. All the sessions had breakout room activities. This made the learning enjoyable and developed bonding among us participants. The whole program was rounded off by giving opportunities to the participants to develop and present topics via live webinars. Overall, it is a program that enables the seekers to prepare and present their topics on the global stage. On behalf of all participants of course DMT2 and also DMT1, who too joined in, I thank Mr. Arun Subramanian and his team, both visible and the ones who work behind the scene, for making us able to launch our training programs on the virtual platforms globally. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a loud round of applause for Mr. Arun and his team. Thank you. We have undergone about 5 months of intense training. We have today with us someone who has not only undergone rigorous training, but has also experienced the value of it. He has lived 3 decades in an environment of constant threat. The threat is not of losing a webinar or a client or some business or even career. It is the threat of losing life itself. He has operated the most dangerous machines in the most dangerous and hostile situations. Yes, he is an Air Force pilot who has flown half a century old fighter aircraft, the MiG-21s, and also the mighty MiG-27s. Born in Ahmedabad, he grew up in Amchi, Mumbai, the grand Bombay of the 70s and the 80s. He joined Indian Air Force through the NCC Air Wing C certificate entry. And after an arduous training regime, he was commissioned as a fighter pilot in December 1988. During the first 14 years of his career, he was posted in frontline fighter squadrons along the borders with China and Pakistan, and saw operational deployment during the war in Kargil War in 1999. He subsequently was posted in operational and training roles with the Army and Navy also. So that means he has an all-round exposure to the armed forces. He has had the honor of serving as the military staff, we call MS in short, to the then President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. He superannuated in 2020 from the College of Air Warfare, Secunderabad, and presently is ensconced in the twin cities, Hyderabad and Secunderabad. About his tryst with fear, anxiety, ecstasy, team spirit, the value of training and all, let us hear from the gentleman himself. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the keynote speaker of the day. Please welcome with a thunderous applause, Group Captain Sharad Sharma. Groupie Sharad Sharma, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Colonel Rao. At the very outset, I must thank my very good friend, Mr. Nagi Reddy, who has rather recommended me to be brought on the stage. And here, this honor and privilege, I must thank you and also Mr. Arun Subramanian. So I am very much beholden to all of you gentlemen for this chair of the chief guest or keynote speaker, as you say. And thank you so much for the kind words. I was just discussing my life story and you made a complete write-up on that. Thankful for that too. Yes, you're right. Our training in the armed forces is all about facing the threats on a daily basis so that the existential level of threat to the country is thwarted. And whenever it is transgressed, then we have to give a befitting reply. And that has been the story of the last 75 years of our country, where we had to fight so many wars and skirmishes. Well, you did mention about our arduous training, and it's amazing to see that all of you have undergone training of a different kind over the last 5 months. First of all, let me congratulate Mr. Arun Subramaniam and the team once again doing a training program in the new normal, as we call it, the new normal post-COVID or during COVID of online classes is an extremely challenging task. And the very fact that you have pulled out such an interesting repertoire, as Mr. Colonel Ramarao just said, surprises me that you have managed to put together all these elements to make a well-rounded trainer. My kudos to you, sir, and more to your ilk. Coming back to my experiences of what really training means, yes, for us in the armed forces, it is not losing a task or a job or a team. For us, it is the very lives of our subordinates, our seniors, especially when we did fighter flying. I must mention that a lot hinges on our training. And therefore, we take this task very seriously. By the way, I may let this august audience know that it comes at a fair cost to the nation. I remember in the 90s, we did a sort of a calculation, and we found out that one squadron of 10 aircraft flying 3 times a day, we had crossed nearly 1 crore of money. At any given time throughout the day across the country, there are as many as 25 squadrons flying. That's the cost of fuel, replenishments, spare parts. And at the end of it, there are times when we lost our compatriots. There have been crashes. People have not come back to the squadron, to their homes. We lost them in action. We lost them in peacetime training. And that loss can never be calculated. There was a time when I was in the MiG-27 squadron, and one of the things that we had to hone our capability was flying at low levels at night time, obviously carrying our payload, which was bombs in this case, and practicing flying at 900 kilometers per hour at about 150 meters above the ground. And this base is near Kharagpur in West Bengal, a place called Air Force Station Kalaikunda. And we used to go around the Gangetic plains of very close to Howrah and Calcutta, and then come back towards the Gangetic place, more closer to Bilaspur and Raipur. And we used to have a bombing range. So here, I still remember in 2001, just about 21 years back, I was in this cockpit at nighttime, flying. The speed was varying between 890 to 910, which is allowable, plus minus 10 kilometers. And I was steady at 150 meters. At that night time, there was not much of electrification 20, 25 years back. Now, obviously, the whole country is changed. At those times, we used to fly over forests and it used to be totally pitch dark. At that time, suddenly, my body started giving me wrong signals. And I suddenly felt that the aircraft was turning left. At 150 meters above the ground at 900 kilometers per hour, you have at the maximum 20, 25 seconds to correct the trajectory, or the plane is going to hit the ground. Instinctively, and the word comes here, instinctively by training, I let go of the control stick. The aircraft righted itself. My body, that because of my inner ears, the mechanism of the human body, and the sensation of turning was incorrect because I had moved my head, and therefore the inner ear was giving me a signal of turn, whereas my instruments were telling me that you are rock steady and you're flying straight. I believed in the training, I believed in the instruments, I let go of the stick, the aircraft flew by itself, and gingerly I eased up to 500 meters, to 1 kilometer of altitude, to 2 kilometers of altitude, and knowing that, once again, because of training, that I had undergone a very anxious moment that actually kicks in adrenaline and leaves you shaking a bit, I decided to call off the bombing mission, and I turned towards Kalaikunda. I could see the Kharagpur lights in the night. It was about 10:15 in the night. And I homed on to those lights. There were some clouds too. And I penetrated those clouds and I came back and landed. All my senior wing commander at that time asked me was, "Hey, Sharad, all okay?" I said, "No, sir. Today I became disoriented." He says, "The damn good thing that you did. Had you gone on, the outcome could have been, you could have been just one of the statistics." He says, "Will you talk to everybody on this?" I said, "Sure." The next day in the morning briefing, both the squadrons, I mean, we used to have two squadrons at that time there, both the squadrons and about 35, 40 pilots standing in front of me, and the senior air commodore also sitting there. And I stood up and I narrated the whole thing. And what aspect of training got me back on the ground, where I decided to call off, ease up from the low levels, and let the aircraft fly on its own on autopilot, just the training aspects. And all I told those youngsters and the junior pilots, stick to training, stick to training, stick to training. It was a peacetime mission. Well, I managed to get back to flying very soon, and we flew many more night missions before I left the squadron. That kind of life that we used to face, training has a very deeper meaning. But the course, now I come back to what Mr. Arun Subramaniam and VSC Solutions has done. The training aspects that you all have imbibed over the last 5 months are also a layer of growing up. And we never cease growing. We grow till the time it is time to go. That growing and learning part, that training part can never stop. We cannot say that we have done a BSc or an MSc or an MBA or a BTech or even a PhD, and there my training has stopped. Because learning never stops. We learned as a toddler, we learned as a child, we learned as young people, we learned in the Middle Ages, and even now onwards. My only advice to you all is learning never stops, and therefore training never stops. You will all go and talk to the next generation. This next generation is totally different. And I say it from my experience of a 30-year-old daughter who teaches me. Now, I thought I had gone beyond learning from my daughter, but this generation teaches you, and it teaches you nicely. The kind of aspirations, up till now, we used to think of WLB, work-life balance. It is from my daughter I learned that this generation is looking more for work-life experience. These are the generation. Of course, my daughter, 91, when she was born, of course, the internet explosion took place in the 2000s. But the 20-year-olds now, they have grown up with a mobile, with a smartphone. They have grown up with in the connected environment and in the social media environment. Their communication skills are different. They speak to human beings in a very different manner. And it shocks us sometimes at our age to see what is wrong with these young people. But put them on a keyboard, put them on a smartphone, and the communication takes place nonstop. This is the new normal. How we as trainers empathize with this generation, and mind you, they are lonely people. They are connected. They're connected on media. They're not connected physically. They're awkward on a face-to-face basis. It is up to us to understand, because our generation, and many of you senior to me, my age, would have seen that we have grown up so nicely in the 70s and 80s. No internet. There was gully cricket and there was only your friends. And here we are looking at where the life is. Today I read in the papers, metaverse. I only ask Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk's of the world that are you talking about meta VERSE or meta WORSE? Will it be a verse or a verse? It is for us to tell and guide these people. The basic humanity, and this is unprecedented times. We are having a global conflict, well, physical conflict between two nations, but there is a global drawing of lines. The Russia-Ukraine war has created such panic in Europe because of the loss of gas and oil. It has upturned supply chains globally. There are people in Africa going hungry. Inflation has hit each one of us. So these are unprecedented times. To make sense of where we are going, one of my good senior Air Commodores, Jagjeet Singh, God bless his soul, he was a very senior person, a 1965 war hero, who actually went into Pakistan territory and attacked some targets and came back and got a VRC, Veer Chakra. I was doing a research program with him in 2011, 11 years back. Jagjeet Singh passed away in 2015. He told me that, Sharad, remember, whatever you research, whatever you are studying, wherever you're going, if you have a vision to go, you must also have the capability to turn around and see where you're coming from. I ask all of you to see where you come from. Where did you join VAC Solutions? Where did you go through the Diplome program? Has it made a difference to you? Have you imbibed the qualities, the attributes of a trainer? You're also richer for your experience today. And like I said, it is extremely commendable that you did it online. I always thought a training program, a trainer's program was most effective face-to-face. Because as Mr. Arun would have told you, that the majority of the language that we speak is body language. Over Zoom, the body language can't be read very effectively. In a face-to-face, you can make out where the person's feet are, what his hands are doing or her hands are doing, what is he or she saying with her eyes. It's so clear on a face-to-face basis. I think much that same problem, as you people have gone through online training, I find the same thing reflected in our children, in this 18 years, 20-year-olds, in this 25-year-olds, my daughter of 30-year-olds. They're unable to communicate F to F. But give them a Zoom meeting or a video call, and they're all absolutely communicative. What's going to happen by 2030? I hope the Russia-Ukraine war finishes much before that. But some other hydra-headed monster may rise. Mankind's history always goes in circles. If you read the ancient works, some of the history of our nation, of our subcontinent, and the great emperors and the people like Gautam Buddha, who renounced everything in the world and walked away and attained enlightenment. I mean, we can always consider him as the greatest Indian ever. But there are many people, great people amongst us. There are so many accomplished people amongst us. Many of you have achieved the heights. It is for us to use this diploma, gather our thoughts, reach out to these people who never come to you, but they want help. Be empathetic to the needs, and remember, this is where the next generation of mankind is going. If we want to live a peaceful life at 75 or 85 years of age, it is these people whom we shall train, who will write that history, rather the future, coming future. Metaverse or no metaverse. I leave you with these few thoughts. The importance of training. The only lesson I leave you with you is reach out, make that connection, whether on Zoom or F2F. Remember, it's a very precious connection. God made that connection with us. Perhaps he's still around. Perhaps she's still around. It is our belief that God never left us. Let us as humans not leave each other. Be there for one another, family, friends, trainees. And because I walked away from that tarmac that night, I was determined to make a difference. that I will make sure that no junior of mine ever gets disoriented and goes into the ground as a statistic. It didn't happen. I'm so happy that some youngster met me after 15 years and says, "Sir, आपने जो बोला था उस दिन, वो हमारे को अभी तक याद है." Each one of you go out and talk, connect in such a way that 15 years down the line, somebody comes and tells you, "What you trained me, what you told me, I still remember it made a difference." Be not the change that you desire to see in other people. Be the difference. Make the difference. All the very best to you. I know you will all succeed. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shariji.
Thank you,
Also,
Mr.
thank you for accepting my request. Thank you. What you see, ladies and gentlemen, passion propels excellence. Each of us are a limited edition, but with unlimited potential.
Absolutely.
And each of us being there with all the wherewithals to address and be that infinite possibility to the world around. As Sharad sir was telling, what matters is how many lives you touched. Be through your training, breathe your day to the work, whatever it is, do it with that quality, sir. I'm Nagi Reddy. I'm into the business of training and engineering consultant and the trainer part. My day in and day out nowadays is training children, the teaching community, and some of the industry segments. But what's more passionate for me is the next forthcoming citizens, the youngsters and the teachers. It is giving great results for me. Yes, passion propels excellence. And who's giving this fuel to me? It's all from this maestro here. I will take the name later. The master crafter and maestro. It is his teachings, his learnings, which are propelling me to get onto that particular platform and deliver value. I see this passion in every session he takes. Every time I see Mr. Arun Subramaniam sir, the way he delivers a session, there's without passion, not a single word comes out. So very committed to groom each and every student and shine them. Bringing in, he brings in with him tested, proven methodologies over 3.5 decades of his distinguished career across various continents. Getting to know the pulse of the discerning audience, whatever stream they may be, is his forte. Unleashing the power of mind, deep diving within to explore and enlighten. The design thinking to the paradigm, supercharged branding and beyond. He just makes it for us a cakewalk. This maestro, the master crafter, the one and only one, Arun Subramaniam sir. May I have the pleasure and privilege to request Mr. Arun Subramaniam sir to share his thoughts on us. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagin sir. Thank you. Thank you, Captain sir. A really insightful speech. You know, when we are talking about that incident, I remembered a song. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me and whispers words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be. See, on that day, if you had not trusted your instinct, developed by your training, because instinct is nothing but the subconscious speaking to you through its own experience. What people call instinct is nothing but the subconscious directing you through its experience, because the subconscious main job is to keep you alive. And it told you, let go, son, sit back, things will get to even keel. And it did. That is the power of training. You could not have brought it out better. And today that is going to be very, very important because the new world order has come. A new world order is emerging. As the world rises like a phoenix from the ashes of the pandemic, to find itself staring at a shattering war in Europe that you spoke about, between Russia and Ukraine, with the US taking the side of Ukraine, and another threatening in the Far East between China and Taiwan. Everything has not just changed, but continues to change daily. The other day, I had gone down with a viral fever. Within days, my entire family, my wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, all of us were down with viral fever. And they went to the doctor. He said, see, this is there with you for 10 days more. Nothing is going to change because disease pattern has changed. Disease pattern has changed. Everything has changed. What is more? The big question in front of industries and leaders is, under this volatile condition, how do you reinvent yourself and your business and your career to grow? Times are pointing towards reskilling, developing new skills, upskilling yourself. The only thing that can save countries and the populace at large is reskilling and upskilling to the changing needs of the times. This is the context in which we should be viewing training today. We are very fortunate to have three people amongst us. Narendra Nayak sir, Group Captain Sharat Sharma ji, and Colonel Rama Rao. People who, because of that training, have been able to help us spend peaceful nights at bed. If they had not been undergoing a career of training, because every day is a training for them in some way or other, we would not be feeling so comfortable. But the training that they underwent and the training that we are talking about is very different. The training industry and all the more, the whole world has gone digital, as Group Captain Sharma was telling. Digital and online. And you can train people and continue to impact life till the last breath and maybe even beyond. That is the advantage of training on the digital platform. Today, London, Paris, New York, Tokyo is just a mouse click away. You can reach out with your expertise to any part of the world and impact life there and create life and opportunity for people while you bask in the affection of your family members. Earlier, training was a career. You had to select it, sacrifice everything else and do training. But no more. You can now make a career of training while doing something else simultaneously, which was your core area. You can be self-employed. And through training, you can take the nuances of your profession to different corners of the world and explain to people how it can benefit them. You can be a professional. And by learning the methodologies of training on the online platform, you can become a master communicator, become the go-to person in your office, and you can ensure that your career shoots up. You can be a teacher or a trainer. And as Group Captain was telling, training today is very different. People were dependent a lot on a face-to-face classroom explicit form of teaching and training. But today that is not valid anymore because 86% of all training has gone online. So unless you are a master in the field of cognitive science and implicit influencing, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to be able to get across to people. As he said, his 30-year-old daughter, you give her a digital device and she becomes a master communicator, while face-to-face, she is very shy. It is under these circumstances that you have to be imparting your training and knowledge. And one very big advantage today is, earlier, people were retired and they were sent home. But today, the knowledgeable and the experienced elders can use the digital and the online platform and start sharing their knowledge with the world. The gig economy is booming. The gig economy does not consist of only those youngsters who have left their job and have branched off into a consultancy, but also it includes those elders who, after retirement, are sharing their knowledge with the world, like me. I retired over 7 to 8 years back, but today I have got a roaring business of providing consulting and mentoring to business leaders across the globe. Not to speak of training and developing master trainers who can do the same. The biggest advantage of the cognitive platform is that it allows you to combine cognitive science, implicit learning, to create an impactful presentation which will help overcome the 3 major challenges which people on the online platform are likely to face. The first challenge is what sticks in the mind and what does not. Believe me, friends, this has been a major question with most teachers and trainers. How to make things stick in the mind? How to put it across so that the conscious mind does not challenge it and allows it to go into the subconscious and implant itself for retrieval at a later stage. What kind of stimuli do people hook on to, and why do they neglect others? You might be telling the most interesting things and people might be thoroughly disinterested in it, while at the same time, what you consider to be highly disinteresting, they might be totally engrossed listening to it. So what kind of stimulus do people hook on to, and why do they neglect others? And the final thing is, what are those broad classes of associations formed with ease and others only with labored trial and error? Some classes of association are formed very easily, while others are formed with great difficulty and only through a method of trial and error. To understand all these things, we need to understand what is implicit communication. With the introduction of hybrid learning or online learning, it has become necessary to turn to the only learning method that has been there as a constant companion of the human species, allowing him to evolve into the leader in the food chain. Implicit or incidental learning. That is how we have always learned, by watching, hearing, and searching for explanations since childhood. A child till the age of 5 has not gone to any college, school, or university. But believe me, as per science, over 80% of all that he is going to learn in his lifetime, he has already learned by the age of 5. In short, self-learning is the order of the day. With the teacher trainer facilitating the process, possibly with the additional assistance of pointing in the general direction, beyond that, he can do nothing. I would like to digress here to help you understand how this human brain works. This highly evolved organ, how does it work at the fundamental level? The human brain is a complicated, creative information processing system. The function of the brain is to process information. As technology advanced from primitive to modern, the metaphor used to describe the brain also advanced. Initially, it was thought of to be like a wax tablet onto which information was embedded. Then it was compared to a papyrus, sheet of papyrus on which things were written down like a book. And now it is being compared to a computer. As you learn about the brain, keep in mind that the usefulness of these metaphors is limited and can lead to erroneous conclusions. But one thing that cognitive science has definitely been able to establish is how the brain works. Information processing starts with inputs from the sensory organs, which transform physical stimuli such as touch, heat, sound waves, photons of light into electrochemical signals. The traffic is controlled by what is called the attention filter. What you pay attention to is purely contextual, totally contextual. From there, we move on to how it gets stored. What are the essentials by which it will get stored or it will be let off? And then how the retrieval system works. Finally, we have the retrieval system. Diplome, the master trainer, and its community members are trained on the skills and capabilities required to train the world based on the principles of cognitive science and implicit influencing, thereby ensuring that the training imparted is of the highest quality, because the trainer gets everything implanted into his mind. Let us understand why this is very important. Contextually, how is it important both for this country as well as for the world? 90% of the jobs in India are skill-based, but unfortunately, only 6% are adequately trained. That means a whooping 94% required to be prepared. Add to that the turmoil that the economy and the industry are going through because of the pandemic, and you can start understanding the level of crisis lurking around the corner. 12 million youths enter annually into employment, whereas the system has a capacity to train only 3 million youths. That means there's a huge demand for quality trainers. Where did you find them? When you look at the expenditure that the government and the private sector is undertaking, you'll be shocked to realize that in USA, the expenditure is 15% of the cost to the company in training their employees, be it in the government or in the private sector. While the rest of the world, it is 10%. In India, it is a measly less than 2% of the cost of the cost to company is spent on the employees. Imagine, less than 2%. That is how short-sighted we are, that we don't even understand that. But just imagine, if Group Captain Sharad Sharma had not been given that sort of a training, what would have happened that day when he was flying at 150 meters at 890 to 910 kilometers per hour in pitch darkness? He was telling, that 25 squadrons are flying every day, and each squadron is eating up over 1 crore. Believe me, friends, even that is less. We need to spend even more, because the cost is our liberty, our freedom, our motherland. That is at stake. In the same way, if we are not going to spend on developing our people and training our people, how are we going to reach the $5 trillion economy benchmark for 2025? The global corporate training market was valued at $345 million. Can you beat it? India accounts for only $509 million. That is $500 million. Just $500 million is what is spent on training in India, as against $345 billion worldwide. Now look at it from this context. The world population is 787 billion. India accounts for 140 billion. In other words, 1 in every 7 human beings on this planet is an Indian. So ideally speaking, 1/5 of the total revenue generated by training should have come to India. That means at least 50 billion should have come against a 0.5 billion. That is the context in which Diplome, the master trainer, has been started. And our aim is to make as many trainers as possible. In my lifetime, I'm 65 now. I don't know how long God will continue to give me the passion and energy which is required to drive this program. But my dear friends, I have put my first foot forward. As they say, when you put one foot in the front, the other will follow automatically. I will continue with my journey, and I am extremely thankful to the cohort of 60 people who have done Diplome, the master trainer, and joined me in my journey to create more such international master trainers and take the greatness of India to the world. That is why, friends, the name of the program today, the facilitation program, is called India Inspiring. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Rama.
Friends, Having listened to our cognitive science guru, Mr. Arun Subramaniam, let's now enter into the actions where today's events will be hosted by two of our Master of Ceremonies MCs, Ms. Sandhya Jayaprakash and Mr. Chandrasekhar. Arun sir, shall I get the screen sharing permission, sir?
Yes. Given, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So here we have two of our MCs, Ms. Sandhya Jayaprakash and Mr. Chandrasekhar. So let me introduce Ms. Sandhya Jayaprakash. Ms. Sandhya Jayaprakash is a university rank holder in her bachelor's degree. She has master's degree and did her post-diploma from Symbiosis. In addition to this, Ms. Sandhya holds close to 10 professional certifications, and all she made it in a commendable way. For the past 30 years, Ms. Sandhya is in UAE, United Arab Emirates, and she is a core HR professional who currently works as a payroll manager. Along with the learning, Ms. Sandhya is equally interested in sharing her professional knowledge and loves to give training to her colleagues. As experienced HR professional, Ms. Sandhya is eager to do problem solving to improve the process for a sustainable growth. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our request for being one of the MCs for this grand event. Our next MC is Mr. Chandrasekhar, who is one of the senior most person in our DMT2 group. He is a postgraduate from BITS Pilani and a specialist in shop floor management. With 3 decades of experience, Mr. Chandrasekhar continues to be a manufacturing process enhancer who helps the corporates and also the MSMEs in identifying their process weaknesses and eliminating them in a structured way. This results in increasing their output by enhancing their capabilities of the shop floor, which ultimately increases the overall revenue performance. Bringing the self-transformation of the workforce is the manufacturing industry is the passion for him. Thank you, sir, for accepting our request on being one of the MC and hosting the event. Now over to the 2 MCs together. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am and Chandrasekhar. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Bala sir. What a wonderful introduction for both of us, isn't it, Sandhya madam?
Oh, very much, Chandruji.
Very much. He
I am
made us go
elated.
above the stars. He made us a star for the evening, right?
Yes, and we have to rock.
Yeah, we will definitely rock. Don't worry, Sandhya madam ji. But only one thing is, Balchandran sir, I am sure our Colonel Ramarao is going to be very happy today. Because
Naturally.
you have made me surpass him in the age. So that's something will make Ramarao so proud for the day. है ना संध्या जी?
हाँ, ये तो बहुत सरप्राइजिंग था, लेकिन फिर भी
अच्छा है, मेरे को तो अच्छा लगा.
अच्छा.
मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लगा. That is it. Now, Sandhya ji, can I ask you one small question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What is the best way to enter somebody's heart?
Oh, I think music. Music,
Music.
or arts or dance or any form of music. You say poetry or a song, any sort.
Yes. Earlier, I was wondering the best way is to man's heart is through his stomach. But later I realized that you can also enter somebody's heart through words. And today we have amongst us a gentleman who will definitely take us towards reaching our heart and touching it. So Sandhya ji, would you like to break the suspense for our audience?
Yes. So let me also welcome everyone. Good evening, everyone. We take this opportunity to welcome each one of you to the valedictory function of DMT2. This is an immensely exciting evening for all of us, and your presence affirms the relevance and meaningfulness of this celebration. Our 6 months journey, led by the most inspiring mentor and guru Arun sir, was a synergy of creativity and informative. All in all, it was a knowledge-filled journey with full of excitement, twists and turns. To quote, when you are around enormously successful people, you realize that their success isn't an accident, it's about hard work. So, as said by Chandruji, Shayari is such a medium through which we can express our hearts very easily. So let us welcome Mukesh ji with some beautiful shayaris. Mukesh ji.
Thank you, Sandhya ji and Chandru ji. Thank you so much.
Over to
So,
you. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let me start right away. खोल दे पंख मेरे, खोल दे पंख मेरे, कहता है परिंदा. खोल दे पंख मेरे, कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान
बाकी है.
खोल दे पंख मेरे, कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है. जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी है.
वाह, इरशाद इरशाद इरशाद.
डर मुझे भी लगा,
मुझे भी
डर मुझे भी लगा फासला देखकर, डर मुझे भी लगा फासला देखकर, पर मैं बढ़ता गया रास्ता देखकर. खुद ब खुद मेरे नजदीक आती गई, खुद ब खुद मेरे नजदीक आती गई, मेरी मंजिल मेरा हौसला देखकर.
क्या बात है.
कितनों की तकदीर बदलनी है तुम्हें,
क्या
कितनों की तकदीर बदलनी है तुम्हें, कितनों को रास्ते पे लाना है तुम्हें. कितनों की तकदीर बदलनी है तुम्हें, कितनों को रास्ते पे लाना है तुम्हें. अपने हाथ की लकीरों को मत देखो, अपने हाथ की लकीरों को मत देखो, इन लकीरों से आगे जाना है तुम्हें.
वाह वाह वाह
वाह वाह वाह वाह. हर ख्वाब को अपनी सांसों में रखो, हर ख्वाब को अपनी सांसों में रखो, हर मंजिल को अपनी पनाहों में रखो. जीत ही जीत होगी तुम्हारी, जीत ही जीत होगी तुम्हारी, बस अपने लक्ष्य को अपनी आंखों में रखो.
क्या बात है, क्या बात.
जो मुस्कुरा रहा है उसे दर्द ने पाला होगा, जो मुस्कुरा रहा है उसे दर्द ने पाला होगा, जो चल रहा है उसके पांव में छाला होगा. बिना संघर्ष के इंसान चमक नहीं सकता, जो जलेगा उसी दिए में तो उजाला होगा.
वाह 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 वाह.
रख हौसला, रख हौसला, वो मंजर भी आएगा, रख हौसला, वो मंजर भी आएगा, प्यासे के पास चल के समंदर भी आएगा.
वाह वाह वाह.
थक कर ना बैठ मंजिले मुसाफिर, मंजिल भी मिलेगी और मिलने का मजा भी आएगा.
अरे वाह.
वाह वाह वाह.
खैरात में मिलती कामयाबी, जो खैरात में मिलती कामयाबी, तो हर शख्स कामयाब होता. फिर कदर न होती किसी हुनर की, और ना ही कोई शख्स लाजवाब होता.
वाह 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 वाह.
न थके कभी पैर, न कभी हिम्मत हारी है, न कभी थके कभी पैर, न कभी हिम्मत हारी है. हौसला है जिंदगी में कुछ कर दिखाने का, इसलिए अभी भी सफर जारी है.
वाह 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 वाह. मजा आ गया.
परिंदों को मिलेगी मंजिल एक दिन, परिंदों को मिलेगी मंजिल एक दिन, ये फैले उनके पर बोलते हैं, और वही लोग रहते हैं खामोश अक्सर, जमाने में जिनके हुनर बोलते हैं.
वाह 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 वाह.
आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की, आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की, जहां मेरा घर था वहीं बारिश की। आज बादलों ने फिर साजिश की, जहां मेरा घर था वहीं बारिश की। अगर फलक को जिद है बिजलियां गिराने की, तो हमें भी जिद है वहीं आशिया बसाने की।
वाह 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 वाह, क्या बात है।
नन्ही सी चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है, आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश वाले करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती।
क्या बात, वेरी गुड।
पानी को बर्फ में बदलने में वक्त लगता है, पानी को बर्फ में बदलने में वक्त लगता है, ढले हुए सूरज को निकलने में वक्त लगता है। थोड़ा धीरज रख, थोड़ा धीरज रख, थोड़ा और जोर लगाता रहे।
वाह,
किस्मत के जंग लगे दरवाजे को खुलने में वक्त लगता है।
ये समझे।
रुकने के बाद फिर से चल पड़ना दोस्त, कुछ देर रुकने के बाद फिर से चल पड़ना दोस्त, हर ठोकर के बाद संभलने में वक्त लगता है। बिखरेगी फिर वही चमक, बिखरेगी फिर वही चमक, तेरे वजूद से तू महसूस करना, टूटे हुए मन को संवरने में थोड़ा वक्त लगता है। जो तूने कहा कर दिखाएगा रख यकीन, जो तूने कहा कर दिखाएगा रख यकीन, गरजे जब बादल तो बरसने में वक्त लगता है। थैंक यू सो मच।
सुपर मुकेश जी।
बाय द वे फौजी लोग काफी मतलब इन सब चीजों में हुनर रखते हैं। कैप्टन साहब भी मेरे हिसाब से कुछ पहुंचे हुए ही होंगे शायरी के मामले में, क्यों कैप्टन साहब? ये बहुत अच्छा होता है यदि आप अपना कुछ कलाम सुनाएं हमें।
अभी एक तुरंत याद आता है, and the context is our friends. You see, right from our school days, our friends are the only people who will live up with us. Our parents will go, some elders will go, but our friends will be there till we are here. तो मैंने अर्ज किया था कि पानी पिए खारा. You know, there used to be a time in India when pani used to be khara in the Rajasthan,
Haryana also.
Haryana and the Gujarat sectors.
Yes.
In some of the postings in Badmer in 92-93, we have survived on khara pani. तो मैंने बनाया था कि पानी पिए खारा तो प्यास नहीं बुझती, मन की बात दिल पे उतर जाए तो याददाश्त कभी नहीं भूलती. पानी पिए खारा तो प्यास नहीं बुझती, मन की बात दिल पे उतर जाए तो याददाश्त नहीं भूलती. हम दुनिया में कहीं भी जाएं दोस्तों, बचपन की दोस्ती की श्रृंखला कभी नहीं टूटती.
अरे वाह,
वेरी
थैंक यू सो मच.
बहुत अच्छे, बहुत अच्छे.
ग्रेट. थैंक यू कैप्टन साहब, थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सो मच. चंद्रू जी.
हाँ मैडम जी,
ये
मैं
क्या हो गया?
I'm just relishing each and every words, है ना? So beautiful. It really touches the heart and it brings a very good emotional connect on to the subject. Thank you Mukesh ji, thank you Group Captain Sir ji.
Thank you, thank
for a
you.
wonderful thing, wonderful time for that.
आपने तो महफिल को और रंगीन बना दिया.
यस, इन्होंने बहुत रंगीन बना दिया और बहुत जो याददाश्त में डूब गए थे जो सिलसिले, उनको फिर से दोहरा के हमें याद दिला दिया. धन्यवाद.
चंद्रू जी, आप भी शायर हो गए.
हाँ, वो होता है, ये शायरी का ऐसे होता है कि अगर शुरू होता है तो people get connected and the word starts flowing on its own.
Correct.
That is the secret.
नहीं, वो दो शायरों के बीच में सवा शायर हो गए.
फ्यूचर के लिए हम बना रहे हैं। ठीक है, ठीक है। सो थैंक यू
संध्या
सो
जी।
मच। हाँ, तो अभी हम लोग कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं। अभी फर्स्ट बैच, नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर द सर्टिफिकेशन एंड नाउ फॉर द मच अवेटेड मोमेंट। यस, time to be honored with certificates.
The first person to be given the certificate for DMT2. Let's give a big hand to our Shire, Mukesh Patni. Thank you, Mukesh, sir, for developing into one of the topmost trainers that Diplome the Master Trainer has produced. I'm sure with your capability and your understanding of healthcare, you are going to be, creating a huge impact in the market. A few words from you, Mukesh, sir, please. Mukesh, you are muted.
I am really privileged, honored today, and thank you so much for imparting your training to me from the last 5 months, the rigorous training which we have undergone. And I am really very much confident that yes, there is a lot of difference in me through this training, through these courses, and I am going to put this into action. And thank you so much. I am indebted. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The next gentleman was a surprise entrant into the team. Mr. Virendra Adinath Tiwari, a senior advocate of Mumbai High Court, a passionate upholder of human rights, constitutional rights, and the rights of the consumer and his ability to protect himself. Virendra ji told me only one thing, when he was discussing with me on a one-on-one before joining this program. He had taken an appointment with me for half an hour through the calendar link, and he asked me only one thing. How will Diplome the Master Trainer help me in helping my fellow countrymen understand their rights? And from the last program that he gave, I am very confident that he is going to be a big asset for this country, because he is going to take the rights of the individuals as given to them by the Constitution to every nook and corner of this country. Thank you, Virendra ji. You are really a jewel.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I look forward to being a part of your journey in educating the masses.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Please say a few words.
Okay, sir, I will. Thank you, Arun sir, giving me this opportunity to speak. It is great pleasure for me to express myself. Arun sir is a towering personality. When he speaks, we all get smashed with silence. It is so captivating. Arun sir uncovered new horizon in front of us. He not only developed the skill within us, but also demonstration how to look within and think. Breakout room is one of the such activity. Breakout activity also brings about opportunity to think scientifically. It is now our duty or call upon action to comprehend, assimilate his teaching and apply in our professional and in our daily life. Arun sir's teaching about niche, archetype, six-head theory, cognitive science is all invaluable insight. By learning and applying in presentation will be fitting gift to Arun sir. Arun sir's teaching is not absolute, but it's relative in terms. It relates to CEO, manager, doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. Above all, it also relates to hardworking people, laborers, and common people like us. Arun sir has given a magic wand. Is given a magic wand. How to correct and transform oneself. Here, I would like to give an example. I like an illustration. The person committed felony and caught red-handed. He was taken to master for penalty. The master takes his man and weigh him and then strangle him with a bowstring and weigh him again. He is now a more buoyant, supple, and wieldy. Arun sir is a person. Arun sir is a person who opened many doors to learn same thing differently and have become master of your own destiny, and you can transform oneself. A quote from Raman Maharshi, he said, I quote, correcting oneself is a correcting a whole world. The sun is simply bright. It does not correct anyone. Transform yourself is means to giving light to the whole world. अंत में मैं अपनी इन कविता की पंक्तियों के साथ अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। कला कौशल में कुशलता प्राप्त की इसलिए कि काम धंधा कर सकूं, अपनी और परिवार की देखभाल कर सकूं। अब सीखो वह कला कौशल जिसमें अपने अस्तित्व की देखभाल कर सकूं। धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू सर।
Great. That brings us to the third person. He is a towering personality from the pharma industry, and he has got many achievements and certifications under his belt. I was surprised when he joined this program because he is a legend and a university unto himself. I am very happy to offer the certification of Diplome, the Master Trainer, to Mr. D.V.V. Prashad. Thank you, Mr. Prashad, for being a part of the journey. And I'm sure that you will be one of the backbones on whom, the pillars on whom Diplome, the Master Trainer will ride. Thank you, Mr. Prashad.
Thank you, sir. I'm just reminded of what Neil Armstrong said when he landed on moon in 1969. He said, "A small step, but a giant leap for mankind." Here, I'm giving this analogy because way back in February 2022, when I had a talk with Mr. Arun, I was thinking, because I've attended a lot of training programs, because I'm in this, out of my 39 years experience in the pharma selling, 25 years is in hardcore selling and 15 years in training. But what I can say is the nudge which Mr. Arun, I'm using his own word, the nudge which Mr. Arun Subramaniam gave me, it is going to help me to, take a giant leap, not only for me, but more than anything to contribute to the society, whatever I learned in my last 39 years, and not what I learned in my last 39 years, but let me tell you what I learned in the last 150 days. It is much more than what I learned in my last 39 years. Thank you, Mr. Arun, and thank you for each one of you, because the support and the camaraderie which I enjoyed over here, that has made this journey so enjoyable. And what I would say is, today, it's not a culmination of the learning. I would say today the journey begins. Today the journey begins. And as Robert Frost has said, the woods are lovely. The trees are fine. I'm just trying to recollect. The woods are lovely. And but I have miles to go before I sleep. I have miles to go before I sleep. I have miles to go before I sleep. Thank you so very much, Mr. Arun. And I'm sure I'll definitely contribute to this team as to everybody. And then a unique aspect of this particular program was people came from diverse profession. So there was a cross-pollination of learning. There was learning from everybody over here. So I'm sure the learnings which I've imbibed, I'll definitely be able to pass it on to others, because I believe whenever somebody asks me that if you want to draw a picture of yourself, which picture will signify you as a character, as an individual, I always tell them that, I'm like a lighted candle. Because when you use one lighted candle to light another candle, the first candle doesn't lose its brightness. In fact, the whole environment gets illuminated. And that's what I'm striving to ensure, that the whole environment gets lightened through the knowledge which I have gained, and not only sharing my knowledge, but I'm sure there's a lot of learning which will happen when I'm interacting with the participants also. Thank you so very much. And it's a very momentous occasion for me.
Thank you, Mr. Prashad. Thanks a lot. And as you rightly observed, it is a one eye by itself you can see, but it is together that they excel. That's why God has given two eyes.
Thank you,
So you
sir.
see, each one of us have brought greatness to the program, and that is how we have all benefited. There's not a single person, including me, who has not benefited from this journey called Diplome the Master Trainer. Thank you, Mr. Prashad.
Thank you.
That brings us to the next person. There's a very funny thing here, This person is an educationist who was involved with the creation of the education policy also. She is a national figure. And when she decided to join, I was wondering what it is that I can contribute. In fact, I am 100% sure that we have all benefited more from the presence of Ashoka Lata Bera ma'am than she herself has from this program. Thank you, Ashoka ma'am, for being a part of Diplome the Master Trainer. It's an honor to have you, and it's a pleasure to be able to hand over this certificate to you. Ashoka ma'am, over to you in case you are there.
Thank you very much, sir. I have a few words to say.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And then we have with us a very eminent financial consultant, Mr. Mohan Kumar. Recently retired as a senior management.
Ma'am has come back.
Ashoka members.
Yes, ma'am, you wanted to say something?
Oh, okay, my net was not connected.
Yeah,
yes,
please. Yeah.
I would like to begin by extending a respectful thank you to international coach and master trainer, Mr. Arun Subramanian, who has considered me for diploma certificate of Diploma Master Trainer. My regards to the other faculty who too have taken keen interest to give all knowledge and training. Moving on, I would like to thank those in the background who would send reminders, schedule the classes, share recordings to reach on time. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to congratulate fellow graduates for attaining diplomas. I have made a decision to be a good ambassador and request my peers to be good ambassadors as well, to let more and more people know about DDMT course. Thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great honor to bestow this certificate of Diplome the Master Trainer on Mohan Kumar GVJ. He is a strategic financial consultant who has got over 4 decades of experience in banking sector. In fact, I was surprised when I came to know that he started his educational career was in microbiology, but he came by, marine biology, but from that, he left his doctorate halfway through due to considerations beyond his control, and entered as a probationary officer into bank and rose to the highest level. And today, he is going to be taking the message of financial freedom to the world. Over to you, Mohan Kumar.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I'm very thankful to you for giving me this certificate. I'm very happy to honor this certificate. Sir, actually, sorry, I have some cold. Sir, actually, this certificate gives us a lot of self-confidence, and we can excel in future. I will live up to your expectations, sir. I will do better and make you proud of in future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, MCs, for the next, batch of culturals.
Thank you so much, sir. Chandruji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And Sandhya ji, on behalf of both of us, let's once again congratulate all
Yes.
those who got the certificates. They are real jewels in the training industries, and I'm sure that they are going to do the maximum impact and help people achieve their goal and support them.
Yes, very much true, Chandruji. So wishing all the certificate holders a very best wishes, and continuing with our program. Let me first acknowledge the presence of some of our guests, including DMTians, and with great pleasure, let me welcome Ms. Nitika Arora. Nitika ji is a freelance corporate trainer and performance coach with more than 18 years experience in operations and training with verticals like BFSI, travel, and HR in areas like customer service, team management, program management, performance management, quality and leadership roles. Completed 1-year Harvard Management Program, MA Education, and postgraduate in PR and IR. We welcome Nitika ji to please share the DMT journey, the learnings and practices. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sandhya ji. It's like I'm carrying a torch in my hand, you know, and this torch I feel I'm giving to the DMT2 people, you know. I was part of the team leaders who were coordinators as well and leading one of the teams in DMT1 because we had a big batch. But still, the energy in this batch, my goodness. I mean, it is equivalent to the energy that we experienced with all the 40 of them together. So this has been beautiful. So when you asked me to speak, Sandhya ji, I thought about talking about DMT journey. But when I heard everybody speak, I changed what I wanted to say. Extremely appreciative of Group Captain Sharad Sharma. Sir, very inspiring. A salute to you. Very inspiring. Lots that I learned from you. And keeping what you said about the new generation in mind is what I'm going to start with. DMT journey, wow. An experience. And this is what Group Captain Sharad Sharma said. The current journey, the current generation is looking for not only work-life balance, they are looking at work-life. Anybody remembers that?
Experience.
Experience. This is what DMT is. Experience. It's a journey where every session, and in fact, every 5 minutes, every time we get into a group activity, you know, we are biting our nails. What is it that Arun sir wanted? Where is the puzzle? He gave us a clue, but there is something in that clue that we have to solve. There is some learning for us. And then when we come back, very proudly, we come and share, you know, we think this, we think that, and we are very proud and we pat our backs and say, wow, we did very well. And Arun sir said, yeah, okay. And what he tells us is completely different and blows our mind away. So this is what DMT was. I did a lot of other master trainings also. I also did a 1-year diploma with Harvard. But when I came here, my perspective changed a lot. I think I grew in those 6 months, mentally. Physically, though, everybody grows, right? We start growing. After an age, we don't grow in height, but we just keep on growing in broader and broader. But this changed a lot. This kind of built a lot. So now I'm not going to talk about DMT journey because that happened around, 5 months back or 6 months back. I'm going to talk about what after DMT journey. What did I do with my learnings? Did I only take online training? Was I able to use this anywhere else? Because when I went to that battlefield called the corporate training, the youth training, the corporate to, campus training, the kids training, I used all this knowledge. In fact, I even used this knowledge at home to manage my child, to manage his learning. So it was handy everywhere, wherever I went. The way I carried myself, I carried, DMT one symbol with me. That torch was with me everywhere I went. I did a lot of face-to-face training because I received a lot of face-to-face training. People wanted to see the trainers. For 3 years, they had not seen. So surprisingly, cognitive science and implicit learning, I was able to use even in face-to-face training. What I offered to corporates was a blended learning environment. Days wherein I will do one face-to-face and I will do one online. And for them, it was just the same. They said that we always thought that online training can never be fun. But they enjoyed both. They were engaged in both. They received in both. Because what I had with me was bag full of knowledge, learned the techniques of content creation. I learned how to engage the audience, how to ensure that this is an enriching experience for them. And that automatically got me repeat business. Yes, I was busy. I couldn't attend a lot of DMT2 sessions, but I received a lot. And I was able to, just give it out to people out there. And when they went back, they said, yes, we learned a lot. We are going to use it in whatever we do. So when Arun sir says that there is a demand of trainers, I can tell you the market really needs trainers like us. Trainers who are using implicit learning, are using experiential training, are also using ways to ensure that there is peer learning that is happening. Because a lot of them just go in a lecture mode. We are having conversations with our participants. So that environment that we learned here in DMT, we are going to create in our training rooms and are going to ensure that our participants learn a lot. Because what Arun sir taught us, he taught us in such an implicit way that we just carry it everywhere. We don't have to refer a book. We just create it and we create the magic when we go out there. And the best thing about him is when he was teaching us, he used to use a lot of examples from an Indian environment perspective. And he used to club it, make a beautiful sandwich out of it. And he used to club it with the global examples and case studies, which made it very easily for us to digest the global examples also and make it handy and usable for our audience and for ourselves as well. So for me, this journey has already begun, wherein what I received, I'm distributing out. For all of you, I will say that, yes, you must do. You have to do it. And in closing, Prasad sir, where are you? I think, yeah, he started, yes, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. I had to say it, Prasad sir, because even after taking the trainings, I'm still there thinking that only, because even I have as many miles to go, but yes, my journey has begun. So thank you so much, WAC. Thank you so much, Arun sir. Thank you to every other person here. Back to you, Sandhya.
Thank you so much, Nitika ji. Thank you so much for that thought-provoking and inspiring. And your mehendi is so beautiful. Huh? I should say that. Sorry, I'm using the platform. After all, it's women to women. It's okay. Thank you so much. So, Chandru ji, kidhar hai aap?
Yes, I was lost in what Nitika Arora ji was telling us, that what could be the scenario after we complete this thing. And believe me, it was a great insight.
Correct.
And it was very happy to know that, yes, people coming out of Diploma D Master Trainers are really the gems and they have ample opportunity to succeed. So, yes, thank you, Nikita Arora ji, for that wonderful insight. And yes, your hands are really beautiful. Thank you. So, Sandhya ji.
I was thinking about what Nitika ma'am was telling, that when we had the breakout room session and when we come out, we will all have so confidence that we have done the best. And then Arun sir will say one statement. Sorry, sir, I'm just trying to replicate it. So let me ask you a question. Usme gaya, sab gaya. So
No,
that
we
experience-
never used to come out very simply out of the breakout room. We used to feel that, yes, we have achieved something.
Yeah.
But later, when the problem was more easily told by Arun sir, we would be thinking, do we really have brains?
Yes.
Are we really thinking? No. This is a different perspective with which we need to think so that it would be very beneficial for problem solving methods.
Correct, correct.
So Sandhya ji,
Huh.
so what do we have on next table?
Now it's time. Now we have so much insights. Now let's have some fun game. Let's,
So
okay.
who will be hosting this fun game?
Yeah, it is to spice up our evening. I'm not sure whether it is going to be a quiz or what it is, but the tempo will now get accelerated. We are sure if it is a quiz, then maybe Arun sir would have arranged some prizes for the winners also. I'm not sure. Let's take it and give it to Arun Kumar ji, who is going to take us with some fun game. Arun Kumar ji, over to you.
Thank you, MCs, and good evening to all.
The winner will get a surprise from Amazon. All he will have to do is put his, residence address in the chat box. And I have spoken to Jeff Bezos, and he has said he will send you the gift.
That is what Arun sir does every time. when
Every
we go
time.
to the breakout room, or when we think that we have done something, there is a twist to the story. Yes, over to you, Arun Kumar ji.
Thank you, MCs, and good evening to all. Let me share my screen. Yeah, let's have some fun trivias. The things are very simple. I'll be showing some images where you have to see them and identify what it is. Let's take the first round as an example. What do you see here?
Unity.
Okay. This is power. This is pointing. PowerPoint.
Okay.
PowerPoint, yeah.
Great.
Okay,
Okay.
good game now.
So everything will be based on what we have learned in the past 6 months. So I have tried to accommodate in that way. Give your best shot. Over to you. What is this?
Trainer.
Yeah, partially correct.
Chief trainer.
International trainer.
Master trainer.
Yes, who is that?
Ramarao.
Super, sir. Great, Ramarao, sir. Master trainer. Next.
Come on, let's try. What is it? Any idea what is happening?
You need any clues?
Intent drives
Yeah, of
energy.
course.
Yeah, some
Intent drives
clues.
energy.
Sorry?
Intent drives energy.
Super, who is that? I'm not able to see it.
Mukesh Patel.
Mukesh, sir.
Oh.
Super Mukesh ji.
What was that? Say the answer again.
Intention drives energy.
Right.
Our Arun sir's famous quote.
Famous.
Very good. Very good.
Great. Next.
LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Who is that?
LinkedIn.
Balachandra here, sir.
Oh, super Balchan, sir. Next.
Who is maintaining the winners list?
If someone can help me.
So I will note down, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Storytelling.
Yeah, Mukesh ji, great.
Mukesh.
Storytelling.
Storytelling.
6 hat theory.
Come on. Sorry, who is that? Virendra sir?
Yes, yes.
Super Virendra sir. 6 hats theory.
Archetypes.
No.
Process. Chemical mix.
Any clue?
Research.
Okay, Sandhya ji is asking clue.
Process, something related to process.
Is it mind melt?
Cognitive.
Cognitive.
Cognitive theory.
Cognitive.
Science. Cognitive science.
Cognitive science.
Cognitive
Science.
science.
Cognitive side, yes.
Yes.
Cognitive science.
Implicit learning.
Adult learning theory.
Adult learning.
Adult learning theory.
Super. Who said it? Is it Prasad sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adult learning principles.
Opening, body, closing.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Great.
Body close.
Very
Okay.
good.
Following that, it's all another 4 to 5 codes. We can complete in 2 minutes.
Knowledge has a but no.
Knowledge has beginning but no end.
Super sir, Prasad sir. Knowledge has a beginning but no end.
Knowledge is no
Unless
value
you apply.
unless you
Apply.
use it.
Unless you,
Action.
Unless you apply it.
Action.
Action. Everybody.
Action.
Put
The
into
actual
practice.
code is put it into practice.
Sir, when a
It's
practice
not only only source of knowledge. Is
information, not knowledge, only source of
Only source of knowledge is information.
Insight.
insight.
Source of knowledge is insight.
Insight.
information.
Whose letter starts with E?
Oh,
Education.
experience.
Experience.
Experience. Who said it?
Experience.
Nagi sir.
Yes.
Nagi sir. Okay.
Okay, last one.
Learning is a treasure
that will
treasure
differentiate
chest.
it's everywhere.
Learning is a
So that way,
Pressure. That will
Learning is a
Learning-
treasure that will
Learning
differentiate
is a treasure
its
chest
owner.
that will
Differentiate
differentiate its that will
everywhere.
differentiate you.
Learning is
differentiate
a treasure.
its
Learning is a treasure. Learning is a treasure that will
It's
Differentiate.
mastered
differentiate
everywhere.
its
Value.
that's its drive.
Learning
Its
is a
drive
treasure that will
everywhere.
differentiate its
value is
Drive
owner
everywhere.
everywhere.
Sir,
Travel,
its
travel
drive
everywhere. Travel everywhere.
its drive everywhere. Learning is a treasure
Yeah.
that will
Give a timeline. correct?
No, learning is
drive.
learning is a treasure chest that will lead
No
its
marks for this
lead its
question.
driver everywhere. That will lead its driver everywhere.
Okay, no problem. So no marks for this question.
okay.
Follow its owner everywhere.
Yeah, that's it from my end. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you. Over back to you, MCs.
Oh, very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Arun Kumarji. That was really a learning in fun. We really
Sandhya
enjoyed
ma'am.
it. Huh.
No, funny.
Mukesh ji has answered 2 questions right.
Okay, so
So
Mukesh ji is the winner. We'll declare.
yes.
All right, Mukesh ji, once again.
Thank you so much.
Mukesh, please put your address in the chat box.
Sure, sir.
And if you can put your shirt size also, I will tell Jeff Bezos to send you a good shirt for Diwali. You know, Bezos is a good friend of mine.
Tie is tie बहुत अच्छा है.
So will the
Chalo, tie भी
participants
भेज देंगे.
also, so will the participants also get consolation prizes?
Yeah, I will give Bezos' number. You just talk with him.
Consolation.
Okay. So, Chandruji.
Sandhya ji, I'm just recollecting back after that wonderful quiz. It has tingled all my brain cells. I was trying to recollect so many things, how it was. And it was very good put, Arun Kumar ji, and it really made everybody sit and think. Even after coming to know about the answers, we were just trying to relate it to the photographs which you were showing. Very well taken the quiz, and it really tingled everybody's brain. Isn't it, Sandhya ji?
Bilkul. And now I think we can learn theory by remembering Arun Kumar ji's quiz.
Yes.
All right. So here we come with the second batch of certification. Now let's continue with more certifications. So over to Arun sir.
Well, I think it's only proper to ensure that Arun Kumar is also rewarded for all the strain he has taken, not just for today, but for the last 5 months. The next person to be awarded the certification of Diplome the Master Trainer is none other than our own Arun Kumar Rajaram. Thank you, Arun, for being a part of this journey and enriching us with your experience.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So I was just thinking what I can mention about my past 6-month journey in DMT. What else can be better than this quote? Man will become better when you make him to see what he is alike. I repeat again, man will become better when you make him to see what he is alike, said by Andonchenko. That is what Arun sir has did. He have just showed the mirror, and we are able to see and reflect where we are standing and where we need to go. Each and every breakout rooms are a breakthroughs for all the participants in the DMT, so that we are able to reflect where we are there and where we have to enhance our knowledge. And the same thing we have also to do for the people to whom we are training. We have to paint the beautiful picture where they have to travel and how we can help them to take actions. That is what we are going to make, to take a leap from an ordinary information sharing trainer to an extraordinary transformation maker. Thanks to Arun sir for teaching all those essential elements in this journey, including cognitive science, adult learning principles, psychology, understanding the people, archetypes, etc. And this 6 months journey has given us tremendous knowledge, confidence, and most importantly, you have injected the duties and responsibilities of a trainer in terms of how they have to help them, their audience. Thanks once again, sir, and I thank all the DMT participants and congratulations to all of you. Over to you, sir.
That brings us to the next participant, a wonderful person, Mr. Niranjan. A very, very sincere, hardworking person. He was always silent, but put his best effort into understanding the nuances of training. And today he is planning to branch out into an entirely new area of gemology, which has been his passion all along. Thank you, Niranjan, for being a part of Diplome the Master Trainer. I welcome you to the group of Diplome the Master Trainer.
Thanks a lot, Arun sir, for the particular complete training which you have given. This was a new experience for me, and which I was not into in my trainings earlier, which I had done earlier. And I basically gained a lot of knowledge with this particular training. And I also thank you. I bow to you for giving me an opportunity into this particular training and giving the cognitive science and of the experience with this training. And for all the others who are part of this particular training, I have gained the knowledge from experience, and I am dumbfounded with the knowledge which they have. And I bow to each and everyone for providing me that knowledge. Though I was not an active participant, I was dumbfounded with the knowledge which they have. Thanks a lot, and all the best for your future trainings. Thank you.
Yes, over to the MCs.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
Chandruji,
Yes.
certification का second batch भी खत्म हो गया.
Mhm.
Now I think it's time to welcome Mr. Anil Kumar. It is our honor to welcome Mr. Anil Kumar. Anil ji is a civil engineering graduate with postgraduate in management, certificates in project management, ISO, finance for non-financials, and DMT. Having over 4 decades experience in government Haryana state, private sector in India and abroad in water resources, estate management, interstate water dispute, licensing with World Bank and Government of India offices, HR and operations in US-based IT company at Hyderabad, Anilji is presently working as a social activist helping youngsters in their career. Also, as a counselor motivating youngsters to lead happy and peaceful life. Anil sir's principle is, believe in less is more. Let us focus on what nature has provided at no cost. Anil sir's passion for learning is an inspiration for all of us. With great honor, we welcome Mr. Anil Kumar on the stage to shower onto us the blessings of DMT learning. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Sandhya ji, I was told by another Sandhya to open the inning, she made me driver of the engine. Now I am working as a guard of the engine, guard of the train. So thank you so much. So, but I will carry on with small nuggets, what I have learned in this training. Distinguished DMT members and honorable guests, Group Captain Sharad Sharma ji, your talk was really thrilling, motivational and insightful. So we have, by grace of God, who opened the doors to join Arunji's session, this program to transform each of us through his cognitive science and implicit learning, teaching methodology and world-class trainer. DMT group is like bouquet of flowers, gelled so well, blended with youngsters, senior people from different demography, diverse culture, different education background from various domains like civil, defense, law, education, corporates, and all other fields. It is really a diversified groups where we all had a lot of learning and enjoyed. It was a spiritual journey. Many nuggets from Arunji's, what I have learned, I would like to point out one by one. When you want to become world-class trainer, the first thing is selection of the topic. Selection of the topic is like selection of the spouse. If you select the spouse, good, your life will be heaven. If the selection is not proper, your life will be hell. So we must focus on proper people, audience, and the context. Only then we will make it our presentation world-class. And the second thing is content. As we say, it is a king, it is a basha, but context is a shahenshah. दोनों चीजें बड़ी important है. Do not use round peg for square hole. Go deep inside, like, there are example of cow, horse, and sheep. When the horse wants to eat the grass, he takes from the roots, he extracts from the roots, whereas cow cuts from the top and sheep little more. You have to act like a horse while searching your contents. So, and you must validate through theory of archetypes model, that is Carl Jung, and constructive theory, 6 head principle. We have to validate through them also. Add value by stories, anecdotes, puzzles, humors, etc. in a mundane way. That day-to-day life, so that people should be understanding what you want to say. Design your program with outcome in mind. That is, without goal, you are just like running on a treadmill. You won't achieve anywhere. Your outcome must be there in your mind when you want to design your program. And when you design your strategy, so remember VAK principle, WAC. What is your auditory? What visual you want to say? What kinesthetic you want to say? And then do make the presentation or slides as little as possible. Don't show so many bullet points. So it should be less is more. Try to show more images in the slides so that it gives you more value. Participants are only interested in value. They are interested in 3-inch hole. They are not interested in your drill, what your drill is doing to make it 3-inch hole. The training is about, training is understand their pain points and give these solutions. Remember, first few seconds can make or break your program. You have to be opening, you make it marvelous so that people really, you hook them in your training program. Treat your participants when you communicate as 6-year-old child. Don't use jargon words. Don't show your domain knowledge in the program. You use simplicity in that. Simplicity is the king. So treat them more intelligent than you and more knowledgeable in their domains. These are some of the things you must remember, and use all creditable resources, not only Google Mama. So use everywhere. Ask your friends, ask your mentor, whatever you want to search about the program and make the program, try to find out all from them. And little more, what I learned in this session was, in this program was practice, practice, practice. Bruce Lee, who was martial art world champion, somebody asked him, who can defeat you? Do you fear from somebody? He told, I only fear from a gentleman who is less skillful than me, but he has 10,000 times practice in that skill. So practice is the key to success. So like army man, we always learn that if you sweat in peace, you shall not bleed in war. Be consistent. Surely one day you shall acquire unconscious competence. You will become, fearlessly, whatever we have learned in this session 5 months. So when we practice it, so we'll be taking action, just like when you start to learn a car. So you fear, you have anxiety, but after some time you are eating also, you are talking on telephone also, you are driving. Same thing will happen to you all. So remember, puzzle connecting 9 dots without lifting your pencil. You must extend outside the dots to connect dots. Find out of box solutions so that whatever you could not achieve in the past, now you can achieve it. So when we fall, get up, do little more. Remember, water does not boil at 99-degree temperature. 1 degree more. You have to reach 100-degree temperature. Only then, the locomotive, you remember the old people, those who are here, they have seen locomotive. It pulls lot of energy when it reaches, transform from water to stream. Begin as the beginning is the best place to begin. So everybody, I want to say, so please carry on your journey, because every hero was a zero before and every master was a blaster before. Be tractor rather than tractor trolley. life of trainer is not restaurant. It is like a cafeteria. First you have to earn. First you have to pay in cafeteria, then you get the thing. Same thing is the trainer journey. Let us form meaningful community, cooperate, co-elevate, and together and be mirror for our buddies. Help to improve each, always become go-giver. Our audio and video should be same. We should be highly committed.
Sir, you're muted, sir.
You are muted.
Oh, from the beginning?
No. Now only.
Also,
Now
only when you said from your
Oh,
audio and video, only when you said the audio and video must be synced,
Sorry.
your audio
But-
gone auto sync.
So we mirror for all our buddies, help to improve always, go giver and committed. Our audio and video should be same. Arun sir, each one of us shall surely transform your dreams into reality. I request all DMT, let us unmute our videos and clap for Arun sir, our mentor. Cheers for Arun sir. God bless everyone. So I being the senior most member here, I bless you all to achieve your endeavor. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are not,
So beautifully arranged.
sir.
And
You are not senior most, sir.
Thank you.
You are not. You are not senior Moses.
Or
See
who-
any.
Okay. Among senior. I am among
No,
senior.
no, sir.
I am young man.
Yes, you are not 71. You are 17 only.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great,
Captain
great,
sir.
great, great.
So we are blessed to have you on this session, sir. Sharma ji. Thank you so much.
Sir, any picture of US? Any picture of your US journey may show us.
Sharma ji kahan hai? Sharma ji.
Yeah, there was an electrical power
Where is
issue. That's the reason we don't find Mr. Sharma ji. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Over
so
to you,
much.
Rausa. Over to you, Sandhya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anil ji. That was really motivating insight, advices in a capsule and blessings. Thank you so much. Chandru ji. Chandru ji.
I was just catching my breath. The whole program, which was designed by Arun Subramaniam ji for nearly 5 months, was encapsulated in a short span of 5 minutes.
Yes.
What a wonderful way of consolidating and telling, sir, and also sharing your experience and guiding the new members of DMT to have a better place. Can we, Sandhya ji, take one more, one of our seniors also now to share his views?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
I was
so
just thinking,
can
Chandru ji, I was also thinking about Anil ji's unique personality about the hat. आप क्या बोल रहे हो उसके बारे में, hat के बारे में?
मैं
अगर
जैसे
वो
ही
एक
अनिल
गलत
सर
ये
को देखता हूँ
program
तो
incomplete हो जाएगा.
first thing I remember is of Sherlock Holmes.
What do you say?
Sherlock Holmes.
Huh?
Sherlock Holmes, the detective. वो भी टोपी पहनते थे.
Yes.
Sandhya ma'am,
ठीक. Yes,
can
sir.
I?
Yes, Nagi sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sherritt texts me, I'm learning so much from the group. We'll join back as soon as the electricity is restored.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Yes, I was also wondering how we lost our group captain. Yes, he did have some issues with his connectivity as well as power supply, I understand. So yes, we will definitely wait for it. So in the meantime, can Sandhya ji, we take one more of the past jewel to explain the journey?
Yes, yes, Chandru ji. किसे बुलाना
Yeah,
चाहते
may
हैं?
I invite Suraj Mathur ji to
Oh.
share his journey with us
Oh,
and
very good.
enlighten us?
Suraj Mathur ji.
Yes,
Suraj
sir.
ji,
Yes,
stage is
sir.
yours.
Thank you, ma'am. No, actually, I have not prepared anything, but this is all we have. All the Nitika ma'am and Anil sir, they all have experience, all have expressed all the views about Arun Subramanian sir. But I have prepared some few lines earlier for Arun sir. कि सदियों में कोई आता है भरपूर यथार्थ ज्ञान लिए, जो सब कुछ लुटाकर भी बांटता रहे और बढ़ता रहे, और हम सब भाग्यशाली हैं जिन्हें उनका स्नेह मिलता रहे। और अब ड्यूटी है हमारी कि इस ज्ञान की गंगा को हम इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर बढ़ाते रहें और अरुण सर का परचम बढ़ाते देते रहें। दिस वाज माय थॉट अर्लियर आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर अरुण सर, and the Anil sir is also very young at that time, and I have prepared for Colonel Ramarao sir.
Okay.
For a few lines I have written Colonel Ramarao sir. Okay. All the DMT journey we have already, everyone know, everyone has a, so repetition of journey is not have any meaning. Let us have some fun for fun. For this, hello, Colonel Amar साहब है क्या? Colonel साहब
है सर, है यहाँ पे
सर,
आपको
है
सुन रहे हैं।
प्रेजेंट सर।
Thank you. Ramarao sir, are you ready?
हेलमेट लगा लूं क्या रेडी बोलने से?
नहीं
पढ़ने वाली है।
देश के लिए जो मर मिटने को हो तैयार और बच्चों के भविष्य को सुरक्षित करने के लिए करने एवं उनके संरचना को सुदृढ़ करने के लिए पब्लिक स्पीकिंग और अन्य सब्जेक्ट्स इस तरह करें तैयार जो देश और दुनिया को नई दिशा दे सके। और ये कोई और नहीं है, हमारे रिलायबल मैन के हैं भाव, जिन्हें कहते हैं हम कर्नल रामाराव।
थैंक यू सो मच सूरज जी। आपने तो दुखती हुई नस को दबा दिया और गा दिया और अच्छे शायरी सुनने के लिए। तो आई टेक दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू इनवाइट
नाउ सर स्टेज योर संदर सर, आप सर।
या सो आज मैं एक और हमारे अंदर जो छुपे हुए कलाकार हैं उनको बुलाना चाहता हूं और आप सभी से दरखास्त करता हूं कि कृपया आप अपना वीडियो ऑन करिए, क्योंकि आंखें ही हैं जो आपके दिल के दरवाजे तक ले सकता है। तो विथ एवरीथिंग आई इनवाइट रजनीश कुमार जी टू entertain us for the night.
Oh, so much thank you. Before I start, आपने ये समय दिया है. I would like to thank Mr. Arun with a few words that he is our mentor, he is our guru. So I would recite our own very mythological words. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwar, Gurur Sakshat Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaः। आपके चरणों में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। Because बिना गुरु, पंजाबी में बोलते हैं शाह बिना पत नहीं, गुरु बिना गत नहीं। There is no life if you don't have any your mentors. So you have life only when you have a good mentor with you. So we have learned a lot from Mr. Arun. So आज की जो आपने मेरे लिए थोड़ी सी पेशकश रखने की गुजारिश किया, उसको शुरुआत करता हूँ। दिल का बुरा नहीं हूँ, दिल का बुरा नहीं हूँ, बस लफ्जों में थोड़ी शरारत लिए फिरता हूँ। इसके साथ आगाज करता हूँ आज के प्रोग्राम का। झुककर जो आपसे मिलता होगा, झुककर जो आपसे मिलता होगा, यकीनन उसका कद आपसे बड़ा होगा। ये अपने अरुण जी की तरफ से रहता है। फिर इसके बाद में है, ये हमारे सब दोस्त जो डीएमटी के रहे हैं। बेवजह है तभी तो दोस्ती है, बेवजह है तभी तो दोस्ती है, वजह होती तो साजिश हो जाती। बेवजह है तभी तो दोस्ती है, वजह होती तो साजिश होती। और अरुण सर और बाकी के दोस्तों के लिए, तुम ख्याल रखना अपना, तुम ख्याल रखना अपना, मेरे पास आज भी कोई तुमसा नहीं है। एक हमारी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी के ऊपर आधारित चीज है। रोज मंदिर में सुबह घंटी बजाता हूँ। हम लोग सभी लोग जाते हैं, मंदिर में जाते हैं, मस्जिद में जाते हैं, गुरुद्वारे में जाते हैं। रोज मंदिर में सुबह घंटी बजाता हूँ, सोया हुआ खुद हूँ और भगवान को जगाता हूँ। और एक छोटा सा शेर मुलाजा फरमाइएगा। लाख दलदल हो पांव जमाए रखिए, लाख दलदल हो पांव जमाए रखिए, हाथ खाली ही सही ऊपर उठाए रखिए। कौन कहता है छलनी में पानी रुक नहीं सकता? गौर फरमाइएगा। कौन कहता है छलनी में पानी रुक नहीं सकता? बर्फ बनने तक हौसला तो बनाए रखिए।
अरे वाह,
क्या बात है, क्या बात है।
और अरुण सर की जानिब, क्योंकि अभी पीछे प्रोग्राम में बात हो रही थी कि हम ब्रेकआउट में जाते थे, हम सोचते कुछ और थे एज अ टीम, और जब ब्रेकआउट से बाहर आते थे, अरे ये नहीं था भाई, ये था। उसके ऊपर में एक छोटी सी चीज मैंने नोट की है। कोई हमारी गलतियां निकालता है, कोई हमारी गलतियां निकालता है तो हमें खुश होना चाहिए। यारो, कोई हमारी गलतियां निकालना है तो हमें खुश होना चाहिए, क्योंकि कोई तो है जो हमें पूर्ण रूप से दोष रहित बनाने में अपना दिमाग और समय दे रहा है। क्योंकि कोई तो है जो हमें पूर्ण रूप से दोष रहित बनाने में अपना दिमाग और समय दे रहा है। एक और अरुण सर की तरफ से हम सबके लिए, because he is a energy source to us. Whenever we take him, see him, we get a lot of energy to do and much more things. अरुण सर, आपकी परमिशन से।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
कैसे कह दूं कि मैं थक गया हूं? At his such a seniority level, at his age, and he is still full of power energy. कैसे कह दूं कि थक गया हूं मैं, न जाने किस किस का हौसला हूं मैं।
Great, 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 great.
कैसे कह दूं कि थक गया हूं मैं, न जाने किस किस का हौसला हूं मैं। सर, आपको देख के बहुतों की लाइफ चेंज होती है। तो अभी इस जो आपकी एनर्जी से हम लोग जागृत होते हैं ना, ये जो आपके डीएमटीएशन हैं, पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट के बाद भी आपने जान डाली है, ये उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए मैंने तो देखा था। फिर यारो, एक छोटी सी चीज है, कितना भी पकड़ लो फिसलता जरूर है, कितना भी पकड़ लो फिसलता जरूर है। ये वक्त है साहब, बदलता जरूर है। ये वक्त है साहब, बदलता जरूर है।
वेरी गुड।
जिंदगी जबरदस्त है,
क्या
इसे जबरदस्ती ना जिए।
बात।
जिंदगी जबरदस्त है, इसे जबरदस्ती ना जिए,
वाह।
बल्कि जबरदस्त तरीके से जिए।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत अच्छे, बहुत बढ़िया रजनीश जी, वेरी गुड।
इसके साथ ही छोटी सी एक और बात है जो हम सबके लागू होती है। छूले आसमां जमी की तलाश ना कर, छूले आसमां जमी की तलाश ना कर, जीले जिंदगी खुशी की तलाश ना कर। तकदीर बदल जाएगी खुद ही मेरे दोस्त, तकदीर बदल जाएगी खुद ही मेरे दोस्त, मुस्कुराना सीख ले वजह की तलाश ना कर।
आप तो गुरु आदमी हो यार।
गुरु आदमी नहीं है सर, आप लोगों से सीखते हैं। मैं तो अगर आपको सीनियर पोस्ट बताते हैं लोग, तो मैं तो अभी बच्चा हूँ सर।
आप हमारे से बहुत आगे हो।
और एक हम सबकी लाइफ पे जैसे कि अरुण सर ने प्रोग्राम बनाया है, कौन कहता है दुनिया बहुत छोटी है? कौन कहता है दुनिया बहुत छोटी है? सच तो ये है यारो, जीना ही देर से शुरू करते हैं।
जीना भी।
कौन कहता है कि जिंदगी बहुत छोटी है?
हाँ।
सच तो ये है यारो, हम जीना ही देर से शुरू करते हैं। और
हाय
इसके लिए धन्यवाद देते हैं अरुण सर को, बिकॉज ये इस उम्र में आके भी हमें जीने का एक और राह दिखाते हैं।
आप इनकी उम्र
फॉर दिस
इस पे मैं एक ही चीज कहना चाहूंगा कि देखिए, everybody has got some inspiration in their life.
जी.
And who knows, maybe I will introduce you to my inspiration today.
अरे सर.
Hare
If there is
sir,
some
great.
time, if there is some time available in this, I would request Rama Rao sir to give just a couple of minutes so that I can introduce you to the
Yes, sir.
greatest inspiration of my life, the person who brought order, discipline, ambition, happiness, and sense in my life.
अरे सर, नादान है कुछ नहीं, बस
That is slotted, sir. That is slotted.
क्योंकि मुझसे बड़ा निकम्मा तो कोई था नहीं.
अभी आपको सामने एक और निकम्मा मिल गया क्या?
मैंने अपना अरुण साहब, मैंने राव साहब को डिसिप्लिन और रिलैक्स दोनों क्वालिटीज देखी है. नहीं तो जो आदमी डिसिप्लिन ज्यादा होता है बड़ा एंजाइटी में होता है, बड़ा टेंशन में होता है. ही इज ऑलवेज रिलैक्स्ड आल्सो. ये बड़ी खूबी है इनमें. वो दोनों
Goswami sir, you want me to take a chance in Hindi?
Yes,
definitely, sure.
Sure.
Yes. Welcome.
चंद्रू सर, मुझे भी थोड़ा अलाउ करिएगा, 2-3 शायर मैं भी बोलूंगा.
देखिए, हमने सीखी है कॉग्निटिव साइंस अरुण सर से. एक चीज उन्होंने सिखाई है कि दिल का रास्ता जो है वो आपकी जुबान से ही है.
मैंने अरुण साहब आज एक वो है ना IBS कॉलेज हैदराबाद का, बड़ा अच्छा कॉलेज है. तो 2 students were sitting with me and I talked to them for 10 minutes. When they left, they touched my feet. मैंने कहा आप अरुण साहब के चरण छुओ, जाके हमारे मेंटर हैं, उनको एड्रेस भी दिया आपका. मैंने कहा उनके चरण छुओ. हाँ जी, बोलिए ना.
Reddy sir, we are waiting
Captain
to
Saab
hear
has come back.
golden words from you.
हाँ जी, कैप्टन साहब.
Yes, sir. He is coming back now. Yes, entered back.
Yeah, good. Oh, I'm sorry. Group captain, sir, you must permit me. I'm going to do a venture in your शायरी part. Let me see. ये आसमां झुक रही है यहीं पर. ये आर्किटाइप अरुण सर ने दिखाया यहीं पर. मेरा माइंड मेरे मेंटली शायद यही. सुनो ना DMT मस्त मस्त है.
Chandra sir,
let's continue with the certification. Still some more is left out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll come back. Virendra ji will be coming back to you.
Yes, sir. 2-3 शायरी है. 2-3 शायरी है.
Come back, Virendra ji. We'll just come back.
Welcome back, Captain Saab.
Come back. We'll come back. And Sandhya ji, Rajneesh ji ने तो दिल के सभी दरवाजे खोल दिए.
हाँ.
So we will just go over to Arun sir for announcing the other certification person's name.
Yes.
The next person, who else can it be but Mr. Rajneesh Kumar Jalan? He's a consultant in Delhi, and more than a consultant, he has been a constant associate of mine from the time I started my digital training journey in 2020.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised to know that I was not into training, or I was not into the online platform before 2020 and the pandemic. I was in the corporate. I've got 46 years of corporate experience, 26 years as CEO. It was only when the pandemic hit that I started sharing my knowledge with the world on the online platform. And Rajneesh ji was the first person to attend my program. Since then, he has been a very strong supporter and an associate of mine. Thank you, Rajneesh ji. It's a great honor and a pleasure to give this certificate to you, Mr. Rajneesh Kumar Jalan.
सर, एक्चुअली ऑनर मैं हूं आपकी संगत में आके. बड़े दिल से बोल रहा हूं कि हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा है. आप छुपे हुए हीरे थे जिनको हमने नहीं ढूंढा. आपने थोड़ा सा रोशनी दिखाई तो हम सब पीछे पीछे चले आ गए. So you are that light which shine not only for itself, but give paths to many of us. You don't know how your light is spreading and giving confidence and giving new, giving new meanings to their life. So it is my pleasure to have associated being with you for last 2 years. And I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot, not only through my, whatever I have not learned throughout my 25 years career. I have learned more than that in these 2 years. And you will be constant source of inspiration for me, not only for this DMT2 part, but anything you will be coming out, you will find me there, and along with many of us. Because you just had hooked up, and I am just hooked up with you from heart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The next person is a person from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. She's a close friend of a participant of DMT1. And without batting an eyelid, without knowing anything about this course or about me or about anything, she simply jumped into this program. And in spite of enormous amount of health challenges which she faced, she was a regular participant in all the classes. It speaks about the amazing stamina that Sanjay ji has, that in spite of all her commitments, all her health challenges, from Dubai, she used to rush from the office because it is quite some time. There's about 2 hours before India time, after India time. So, her office used to be on when our program starts here, but she used to rush and join every day. And yes, she has been a constant participant. Thank you, Sandhya ji. You have enriched our experience with your presence. It's a great honor and a pleasure to give you this certificate of completion of Diplome the Master Trainer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. This is a quote from Henry Ford. No doubt. Why, Arun sir, you are so energetic and enlightening. Here, I would like to make a special gratitude to my best friend and my real life mentors, my well-wisher, Raji and Mr. Ranga, for guiding me and enrolling me to DMT. Without them, this would not have happened. The DMT program struck the perfect balance between informative and interactive. All the tips that were given felt directly applicable and often gave us that aha moment where everything finally clicked. Arun sir did a great job to engage everyone. There is really a lot to learn from sir. We would like to highlight the dynamics of the sessions, very active, interesting, and well organized, and great to share experiences. We found them extremely beneficial. The presentation was given in a very visualized, appealing form. Who doesn't like to read interesting illustrations? It was very well designed, practical, and valuable for anyone who wants to enhance their understanding about training. The DMT program not only covered the theoretical and practical aspect, but even technical aspect, including podcast, video editing, website, social media, language, and on cognitive learnings. Thank you so much, sir. It really motivated us to change our approach about training. I can honestly say that putting your tips and tools into practice made me feel more confident, helped me to get more feedback and appreciation on my work from my senior people, and allowed me to stand out as highly professional. I've already shared this experience with you, sir. Amazing was your energy and devotion, truly passionate and captivating. The best and the most engaging training program ever attended. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, so much for a great training course. Your enthusiasm has been so motivational and has made us a lot to think about. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
That brings us to MC number 2 of today's program, Mr. Chandrasekhar, a person who has always been next to my heart. A very open-hearted person, a very transparent person, extremely lovable, extremely knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and committed. I'm 100% sure he is going to be one of the major flag bearers of Diplome the Master Trainer. I'm talking about Mr. Chandrasekhar. Thank you, Chandru, for being a part of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would just like to narrate a small story. Lord Hanuman is known for his strength and energy. That in his young days, he jumped at the rising sun to eat it, thinking that it is a fruit. His whole mouth was swollen because of the heat. This made him forget the enormous energy what he had. It was the Jambuanta who reminded him about his strength. That is how Lord Hanuman could go to Sri Lanka to find whereabouts of Sita Devi. My journey with DMT2 was something like that. I was both hands filled with the pebbles on the seashore and was looking at the stars when I met Arun Subramanyam ji. He said, "Why do you look at the stars when you can become a star yourself? And I will help you guide to that." That is the guidance which I got. I left the pebbles there and flew to become a star under your able guidance, sir. That is the strength and energy which you gave me to realize my own potential and work towards it. From my bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir.
You know, that is the share which says, "Hum to akele chale the sanam, log milte gaye, karwa banta gaya." So you see, I'll tell you, I have really loved this journey of Diplome the Master Trainer. It was one bright afternoon during the pandemic in 2020 that I decided that I will share my knowledge with the world. I knew nothing about Zoom or anything, but then some friends helped me. I started, and then लोग मिलते गए और उनमें एक शख्स के बारे में अब मैं आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करने वाला हूँ, who also is there present here, and I found an extremely good friend and mentor in him. Who else can I be talking about but Colonel Ramarao? Ramarao sir, it is a great honor to be able to present this certificate to you. Thank you for being a part of DMT. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you, Colonel sir.
My pleasure, sir. A few words, if I'm allowed. Without preparation, of course. My thoughts go back to 1996 when in military hospital Wellington, I asked one Lieutenant Colonel Sharma to tell me how the brain works. Maybe this bug has been biting me since then, or maybe since before that. So we were very open and I could ask him. See, he only made a reference to some book. In those days, there was no internet. There were only books, magazines to refer, that is all. So that was the time since when I started working on how the brain works, where is the mind, how does it work, how the thoughts come, how the emotions come. And is there a difference between heart and mind? Those things, of course, even now there is not very quite a lot of clarity. However, since the time I not joined this course, I started interacting with you on telephone. I could feel that there is a way which I am getting here. If you remember, I spoke with you for a very long time. And I asked very wide questions. The reason is that I'm on wrong side of life. 60 plus, okay, every hour counts. So I calculated if I have to give these many hours to DMT course, how much am I losing in terms of time? How many hours? And will it be worth it? spending that much time, and that too on Friday, Saturday, Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings. These are the only times where when we socialize. So I knew that for about 5 months I'll be giving away all these times, and that many hours I will have to spend. I am happy to say that my learning style or my teaching style has also got highly refined. And I know now that it is not the technical skill which matters more. It is the operation at the level of mind and the heart which matters much, much more than teaching anybody a technical skill. I'm sure I'll take this learning forward and spread the goodness around. Back to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Friends, if you all remember, during the introductory program and even in the brochure, I have mentioned that some members will be, who will be passing this program, who will be certified, will be offered a gold membership. That means for lifetime, all programs of Diplome the Master Trainer, they can attend for free. All Diplome the Master Trainer, for instance, Diplome the Master Trainer, one people like Nagi sir or Anil sir or Suraj Mathur sir, Jagdish Nonia sir, or they have all been attending the programs. They will continue to attend all DMT programs for free if they want. Similarly, 11 people have been selected from this batch to attend, to be given the gold membership, which I want to announce now. Mr. Mukesh Patni, Mr. Virendra Adinath Tiwari, Mr. Venkatesh Prasad, Madam Ashoka Lata Bera ma'am, Mohan Kumar GVG, Mr. Arun Kumar, Mr. Niranjan Mandyam, Mr. Rajneesh Jalan, Ms. Sandhya Jayaprakash, Mr. Chandrasekhar, and Colonel Ramarao. Let us all continue this journey, and DMT3 will very soon be launched. And you are all welcome to join DMT3 without any financial considerations and continue to sharpen your skills. As discussed, anyway, for 1 year, we will be having this journey together where I will be actively involved in all the programs that you'll be giving, and the platform will be available. We say it is for 1 year, but believe me, it is for a lifetime. We are there together. If you want, we will journey together.
Thank you, sir.
This is one profession which can get you 3 things. Number 1, the amount of money that you can earn respectably on the international platform is enormous. It's beyond imagination. You see, from a $0.5 billion industry, India is slated to go to nearly a $50 billion industry by 2028. So you can well understand the amount of money which is there and the amount of trainers that will be required. The second thing is, this is the only profession where adulations will come to you in tons. You will not know where to keep it, what to do with it. And above all, when you develop the passion for what you're doing, the flow of energy is enormous and the self-satisfaction unimaginable. So friends, let us all join hands and ensure that we take the mantle of Diplome the Master Trainer forward and bring light into this world. Like, Rajneesh ji was telling, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. And you see, we are all gurus because Guru, the word itself signifies from darkness unto light. Back to you, MCs.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a time for celebration. Chandru ji, congratulations. हम सबको क्या मिला भी?
बहुत कुछ मिला हम लोगों को, और
enjoy हो गया.
we have we have such a huge responsibility also with that, with the being a life member for DMT programs. We do have a very big responsibilities. When we are talking about that, we should never have the feeling that we are talking to some competitor, but the feeling should be of somebody we are talking to, a collaborator, who together we all can make an impact for that. Yes, Sandhya ji, very much I am moved for today's Arun sir's words. So
Chandru sir,
over to you to take care for the next.
संध्या मैम कुछ कविताएं मैं वो अरुण सर के ऑनर में पढ़ना चाहता हूँ.
एक सेकंड.
यस यस यस.
वीरेंद्र जी, थोड़ा सा ये प्रोग्राम खत्म होने के बाद लास्ट में थोड़ा सोने से पहले के लिए मैंने आपको प्रिजर्व करके रखा है, तो थोड़ा सा एक प्रोग्राम खत्म करते हैं.
हाँ वीरेंद्र जी, आपके लिए टाइम सेपरेट टाइम दिया है, वो नोट किया हुआ है, तो आपको डेफिनेटली, हाँ तो आपको डेफिनेटली स्टेज का वो ऑनरशिप देने वाले ही हैं हम.
थोड़ा ये फॉर्मेलिटीज थोड़ा कंप्लीट कर लें.
थैंक यू.
हाँ यस. रजनीश जी, वी विल कम बैक टू यू प्लीज.
जस्ट आई थिंक एप्टली समय है तो एक छोटी सी बात कहना चाह रहा था.
हाँ.
सर ने इतना कुछ दिया है हमें बिना मांगे, और मेरे हिसाब से ग्रुप की फीलिंग भी आएगी उसमें. एक छोटा सा शेर है जो अभी इनके लिए सोचा है. इन आंखों को जब जब उनका दीदार हो जाता है, अरुण सर, इन आंखों को जब जब इनका दीदार हो जाता है, दिन कोई भी हो लेकिन मेरे लिए त्योहार हो जाता है.
क्या बात.
ठीक है. So now,
yes, Sandhya ji, we can go to the next. Yes. Thank you, Rajneesh ji.
Thank you, Rajneesh ji.
Thanks for giving me time.
So it is our honor now to introduce the better half of Mr. Colonel Ramarao, Mrs. Padma Rao. I have to quote something here. Take care of the plants, the trees will take care of themselves. With this thought, Mrs. Padma Rao runs a pre-preparatory school for children under the age of 6. These are the years when maximum brain development happens, maximum absorption happens, and personality development gets formed. Mrs. Padma Rao holds MSc in Child Development with B.Ed and is a special educator. Across the country, ma'am has taught for over 25 years in a variety of schools, central schools, army public schools, and international schools. Ma'am has added 2 establishments for mentally challenged children, one in New Delhi and another in Jammu Kashmir. Apart from a preparatory school, ma'am also runs nursery teachers training programs with the purpose of making a large number of women as good parents and good teachers. A charming personality, ma'am enjoys painting, singing, dancing, conducting cultural programs, and socializing. I request ma'am to please share your experience while Colonel Ramarao sir was attending DMT course. Ma'am, we are equally interested to learn how to become a brigadier at home without enrolling in army. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Padma Rao with a huge round of applause. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Sandhya ma'am. Such wonderful word. I wish that every day you please invite me like this. It will make my day. Thanks a lot. Good evening, everyone. Deepavali night in the year 1989, the year we got married. I was nicely draped, my new Kanjivaram sari, my mother-in-law presented. Ornament, of course, I wore. All set, nice rangoli, diya, puja articles, everything was ready. I stepped into the study and just wanted to call my husband for puja. I see he was totally engrossed in his books, and because after 2 days, the Russian course final exam was there. So in very faint voice, I asked, chalo puja kar lete hain, then we'll lit diyas also. Without looking at me, he said, you start, I will join you later. All those filmy dialogues, oh, you are looking like Griha Lakshmi and this and that, all was scattered. And just I turned back to the puja room, did puja. And then whenever he came, we have just decorated diyas and then had some sweets. That's all, nothing going out or cracking the crackers, all that. So this was my first Deepavali. Over a period of time, I understood who is Rama Rao, what is Rama Rao. It was wonderful journey with him this year. And he, very firstly, he told me, see, we got Delhi posting and this is, we should make most of it. And we did it. Result was his Russian capsule course, his Russian diploma course from Delhi University, and of course he topped it. My B.Ed, my post-diploma course in special education and working in NGOs, and full support from him. So thoroughly enjoyed the Delhi tenures with frequently visiting world book fairs and cultural programs of Ustad Bismillah Khan and all that. And I thoroughly enjoyed that life. Afterwards, undergoing courses or mentoring students for NDA or SSB was regularly on and on and on. His students used to study with him on Sundays in parks. There was a district park in Delhi. So, and they used to enjoy his teaching there, and also samosas and coffee, of course, from Guru Ma, that's me. So the life was too good. When he joined this DMT course, it then came to me as surprise, because yes, that is Ramar. But I was so happy that he was associated with, and now he is associated with Arun sir. And even I have met him once. Wonderful interacting with him and madam also. So he was so happy, and each and every day, whenever the course used to be completed, the glow on his face. And then he used to start sharing what all he learned that day. Of course, many times I used to be around, but still. We used to tease him a lot because he always used to maintain some, writing chit pads and all. His doctor cousin presented him so many bundles of chit pads to note down. We used to get it from medical representatives. So we used to tease him a lot. In this course also, once happened that Arun sir said, don't note down anything because you'll be getting later. But he's Rama Rao. After the course, he will switch on the video and he'll make notes. So the big thick notebook is ready here. I don't know notebook or notebooks. I don't know that, but it is like that. But he thoroughly enjoyed. And yes, of course, Arun sir, one request to you, all the spouses of the students, these students, without their support, your students would not have done better. So you should always have some medals for us. That's a
sure, madam. Absolutely, because I know what you are telling is right.
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. Thanks a lot. And
Thank
all
you
the
so-
best to all the students.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really a wonderful experience that you have shared. It's really eye-opening for us also. And so Chandruji,
Yes, Sandhya
हाँ,
ji.
अभी तो हमने कर्नल रामाराव जी का बेटर हाफ से तो मिल लिया है. Now it's time that it will be of great honor if we have Mrs. Vasanta Arun sir also, ma'am also, if you can please share your experience, because you have been a strong pillar beyond our imagination, and we would love to hear from you, which will also inspire us undoubtedly. Over to you,
You're
ma'am.
absolutely right, Sandhya ma'am. You see, my life till the age of 24 was directionless. I was like the typical, youngster of the yesteryears, whose only objective in life was to defy his parents, bunk classes, generally enjoy yourself, with all the vices that one could, that were available at that time. Many of the current vices were not available, unfortunately. And then, there is this classic saying among Iyer families that once you get married, get the guy married off, पाँव में बेड़ी लग जाएगा, ठीक हो जाएगा. It was a very big risk. Even my parents were not willing to take that risk, but my grandparents said that is the only way of stopping him, and it happened. Let me introduce you to the person who stopped me. Believe me, she's absolutely exactly the opposite of what I am, and I am still, I call myself a cognitive science expert, but I say the reptilian brain fails when the dinosaur puts its feet on its head. Please.
Namaste.
Namaste, Guru.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
It's very nice to see you all. At this stage also, you're all learning continuously. It's a great thing. It's really an honor. Thank you very much for calling me.
You see, if anything you want to know, you will have to ask her. It's very difficult to get her to talk.
I'm just opposite to Arun.
Ma'am, tell one that opposite that you feel really is an opposite. Just one that opposite.
Talks a lot, I don't talk. That is the main thing. I am south, he is completely north.
Ma'am, opposite attracts, so that's the reason.
That's fine, but what is the similarity you have with him?
Continuously learning something at this age also. It's a wonderful thing. He's very energetic. He wants to learn so many things and he wants to put it down to everyone. So he is really generous in that way. He's an encyclopedia, he's a dictionary. He knows everything. He knows all the subjects. He's very much interested learning. Even today, he wants to learn something new. That's a great, it's a very great thing about him.
Ma'am, difference is fine, but what is the similarity you have with him?
What is the similarity?
We love each other. We love each other. That is the biggest similarity.
I got it out.
Sir, that is the saying.
I got it out from you.
that is the saying, love is when two incompatible people refuse to give up on each other. That is love.
That's very true.
Probably another similarity is both of you like curd rice.
Yeah.
That's also very true. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
We
you,
are
ma'am.
really honored.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So Chandru ji.
हाँ, तो
हाँ.
अभी क्या सोच रहा था मैं, थोड़ा
हाँ.
और दिल के करीब जाएं हम लोग और वीरेंद्र तिवारी जी से कुछ अनमोल रत्न
ठीक है,
सुने.
ठीक है, ठीक है.
3 घंटे हो गए हैं, कैसे बीते टाइम ये तो जानना बहुत ही मुश्किल है.
कुछ कविता में
वीरेंद्र जी.
यस सर,
हाँ.
कुछ कविता में अरुण सर के ऑनर में कुछ पेश करना चाहता हूँ, पेशे नजर करना चाहता हूँ. कविता इस प्रकार है. निर्मल जल ने गंदले पानी से कहा, निर्मल जल ने गंदले पानी से कहा, मेरे पास आ जाओ, मेरे पास आ जाओ. उसने कहा मुझे लाज आती है, उसने कहा मुझे लाज आती है. निर्मल जल ने कहा तुम्हारी लाज मेरे पास आने से ही धुल जाएगी, तुम्हारी लाज मेरे पास आने से ही धुल जाएगी। और एक कविता है, मैं पाठ कर रहा हूं। पहाड़ों पर जमी बर्फ, पहाड़ों पर जमी बर्फ लगातार बुदबुदा रही है। पहाड़ों पर लगी जमी बर्फ लगातार बुदबुदा रही है। देखना मैं पिघल रहा हूं, देखना मैं पिघल रहा हूं। एक दिन तूफान बनकर, एक दिन तूफान बनकर नदी बन जाऊंगा। मैं तो उसी का अंश हूं, मैं तो उसी का अंश हूं। और एक कविता, और एक कविता सर के ऑनर में। उस व्यक्ति की तरह मत बनो, उस व्यक्ति की तरह मत बनो जो रेत के ढेर में सिर छुपाए बैठा है। उस व्यक्ति की तरह मत बनो जो रेत की तरह, रेत की तरह, रेत के ढेर में सिर छुपाए बैठा हुआ है। सूर्य की लालिमा और चांद की धवल धवल चांदनी तभी तभी देख पाओगे जब सिर उठाकर उस सूर्य की तरफ देखोगे, उस सिर उठाकर उस चंद्र की तरफ देखोगे। और एक सर के ऑनर में और एक कविता है, स्पेशली सर के लिए मैं ये उनके चरणों में नमन करता हूं। मत करो स्वर्ग की बात मुझसे, मत करो स्वर्ग की बात मुझसे। स्वर्ग तो भक्त जनों के लिए होता है, स्वर्ग तो भक्त जनों के लिए होता है। मैंने तो कभी साधना में विश्वास नहीं रखा, मैंने तो कभी साधना में विश्वास नहीं रखा। तुम मेरे पास हो, तुम मेरे पास हो तो मुझे स्वर्ग की तलाश क्यों हो, तो मुझे स्वर्ग की तलाश क्यों हो, क्यों हो। और एक सर को नजर करता हूं। उसने तुम्हें स्पर्श किया, उसने तुम्हें स्पर्श किया, तुम्हारे पंख निकल आए। उसने तुम्हें स्पर्श किया, तुम्हारे पंख निकल आए। विस्तृत आकाश में उड़ने के लिए, विस्तृत आकाश में उड़ने के लिए। और एक और एक है, जैसे बच्चे खिलौने के लिए ललचाते हैं, जैसे बच्चे खिलौने के लिए ललचाते हैं, तुम्हें ललचाना चाहिए, तुम्हें ललचाना चाहिए संयम पाने के लिए, तुम्हें ललचाना चाहिए संयम पाने के लिए। स्वयं स्वामी बनने की बात छोड़ दो, स्वयं स्वामी बनने की बात छोड़ दो। उसके आज्ञाकारी का अनुचर बनने का प्रयत्न करो, उसके आज्ञाकारी बनने का प्रयत्न करो। दूसरी कविता और एक तरह की है। बुद्धि दो तरह की होती है, बुद्धि दो तरह की होती है। एक जो पुस्तकों के ज्ञान से, जो पुस्तकों के ज्ञान से, स्मृति से, तर्क कौशल से अर्जित की जाती है। बुद्धि दो तरह की होती है, जो पुस्तकों की ज्ञान से, स्मृति से, तर्क कौशल से अर्जित की जाती है। जो ईश्वर से वरदान के रूप में प्राप्त हो, वह हमारे अनुसर है, वह हमारे अनुसर है। निर्मल जल की बात जो कभी गंदला नहीं होता, जो कभी गंदला नहीं होता। और अंत में मैंने एक कविता पढ़ी थी जब मैं कुछ सर के बारे में बोल रहा था, उसी को मैं दोहरा देता हूं वापस, उसी को मैं वापस दोहरा देता हूं। ये हम सबों के लिए है, जितने हम सर डीएमटी स्टूडेंट पढ़ाए, सर ने सबको से हमने ज्ञान विज्ञान लिया है, उन्हीं के लिए है। कला कौशल की कुशलता प्राप्त की, कला कौशल की कुशलता प्राप्त की इसलिए कि काम धंधा कर सको, कला कौशल की कुशलता प्राप्त की इसलिए कि काम धंधा कर सको, अपने और परिवार की देखभाल कर सको। अब जो आगे से शुरू होता है, अब सीखो वह कौशल, अब सीखो वह कौशल जिससे अपने अस्तित्व की देखभाल कर सको। धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। अरुण सर को नमन।
थैंक यू सो मच वीरेंद्र जी,
thank you.
बहुत खूब।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
इससे एक चीज तो जाहिर जरूर हो रहा है ना कि एक अच्छे ट्रेनर बनने से वाहवाही बहुत मिलती है। जिंदगी में सेटिस्फैक्शन, शोहरत दोनों बहुत मिलती है। You see, in no other profession can you get the type of adulation that you can get here. And even in movies, you know, there is a limitation to how much people will admire you. Recently, about 2 days back, I was seeing one video of a person who had, who had become 100 and Subedar Major, someone. He had trained 7 generals. And the entire command in Bangalore, you know, the Sappers regiment had come out to honor him. Imagine, आप में से ऐसा कोई भी है जिनको आप जिनके साथ काम किए हो 30 साल पहले वो आपको याद रखें और उस शख्सियत को 60-70 साल पहले जिनको ट्रेन किया है उन्होंने वो तक याद रखना है। That is the power of a trainer. छू देता है दिल को, इसलिए कि he creates a difference in you. He's like that catalyst, you know, he accelerates the process of transformation without himself undergoing any transformation. That is what is the greatness. And that is what each one of you should aspire. And all of us together should aspire to reach. We have in our midst one Mr. Rajendra Sapre, tech from Bombay, IIT, a co-founder of 2 tech companies. He was a Diplome, the Master Trainer 1. He was an extremely active person. That is a very busy person. It's extremely busy. But the greatness of this gentleman is, during the entire course of 6 months, he did not miss a single class during that time. Thank you, Rajendra ji, for taking your time off to come and encourage Diplome, the Master Trainer 2's, cohort today. And I find that right from the beginning till the end, you are here. Thanks a lot. Thanks on behalf of all the Diplome, the Master Trainer 2 cohort. Thank you.
Sir, he is on the latest technology, IoT. So there is a huge scope in that. So when I was having little information, I contacted him from US. So I showed him the small refrigerator in my room, hotel room. I say, what is this? If I touch it, the bottle, it is billed automatically to my account. So this is what he explained me. This is IoT. So even you lift anything from the fridge, there is nobody to bill there. Automation was there. Everything was IoT there in that hotel. So he explained me everything there. So I was in touch with him even there. And I showed him, I was on video with him. So the gentleman. So highly in demand, IoT. He is from IIT Bombay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Learn, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Okay. I mean, all I say is that in order to touch the heart of a person through implicit learning as a trainer, there is Arun Saab's guidance. For rest of the things, you can touch them through IoT.
अब हर चीज IoT होने वाली है। एवरीथिंग पहले सर होता था सिम दरवाजा खुल जा, अब वही चीज आ गया। सिम दरवाजा खुल जाता है। सिम खिड़की बंद कर खिड़की।
Yes, dear friends, every good thing has to come to an end. And today I am seeing quite a lot thing. 3 hours. We have forgotten our lunch or dinner. We have forgotten our dinner. But to retain something in our heart and mind, the stomach should be filled. So let's.
सर एक मिनट, मैं खत्म करने से पहले अरुण सर के लिए मैंने शुरू करी थी शायरी, तो एक लास्ट शेर बोलना चाहूंगा एक लास्ट शेयर बस, फिर उसके बाद आप
हाँ सर प्लीज प्लीज।
आसमान की बुलंदियों पर नाम हो आपका,
पूरा जोश है।
आसमान की बुलंदियों पर नाम हो आपका, चांद की धरती पर मुकाम हो आपका। हम तो रहते हैं छोटी सी दुनिया में, पर खुदा करे सारे जहां में नाम हो आपका।
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mukesh ji. Thank you.
चंद्रू जी, एक
हाँ
बात
जी।
आपने नोट किया कि यहाँ पे सब प्रोफेशनल्स भी है और कलाकार भी है।
बहुत छुपे रुस्तम है सब लोग।
हाँ।
जब क्लास में रहते थे तो everybody was talking about cognitive science only, and I was
No
only the
one was
person failing.
talking. Chandru,
Sir, they were
please
behaving.
be corrected. No one was talking. Do you remember how many times I had to go down on my knees in front of you? Guys, यार कुछ तो बोलो।
नहीं, चंद्रू जी बोल रहे हैं कि एक्टिविटी रूम में हम लोग ज्यादा बोल रहे थे, उससे बाहर आए तो सब चुप हो गए।
एक चीज तो संध्या जी मुझे समझ में आ गया है कि मुझे ये ब्रेकआउट रूम एक्टिविटी बंद करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सभी लोग इंडायरेक्टली उसी को गाली दे रहे हैं।
Sir, that was the best part actually.
Yeah. All right.
वो breather होता था एक।
So, moving further, may I invite Mr. Venkatesh Prasad to give the vote of thanks for today's program.
हाँ, लेकिन उससे पहले और एक है चंद्रू जी।
Oh, that's a
हाँ
surprise.
हाँ, फिर भी है, अभी तो खत्म नहीं हुआ है, और है। अभी हम
अभी
लोग
खेल खत्म नहीं है।
नहीं। So now I have to say something. We are, as a species, addicted to story. Even when the body goes to sleep, the mind stays up all night, telling itself stories. ये किसी का quote था. Another quote, story, as it turns out, was crucial to our evolution, more so than opposable thumbs. Opposable thumbs let us hang on. Story told us what to hang on to. Good stories surprise us. They make us think and feel. They stick in our minds and help us remember ideas and concepts in a way that a PowerPoint crammed with bar graphs never can. So it's time for anecdote and storytelling. And who other than Colonel Ramarao can be a better person to tell exciting stories? Over to you, sir.
Arun sir, I need sharing rights.
Yes, it's there already, I think. Yes, it's there.
Achha, when you friends, when you see the screen, please let me know. Yes, say yes. I have shared the screen.
No, we are not seeing it.
No, you have not shared, sir. You are yet to share.
Oh. Full screen.
Maybe this is a part of the activity.
No. तो जोर का झटका धीरे से लगे. 1 second. Okay, this is share screen. Share.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Now it's okay, sir. Now the agenda is
Yeah, we are seeing the Excel sheet.
Agenda.
अरे आप लोगों ने इतना शेयर सुना है, मैं भी कुछ शेयर कर देता हूँ. Can you see something?
Yeah, you can see. Go full screen.
You
Go
can
full
put
screen.
it in the slideshow.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Friends, do you recollect anything by looking at this slide? Anything?
It's
about
Premier
this course.
Padmini.
Lila.
Sir, is it related to the course, sir?
Yeah, it is related to the course.
Oh.
No. Okay, I'll tell you. See, I'll go back to my younger days. You know, the scariest situation in my military career was when I was a young lieutenant of 24 years of age. And along with 24 fellow army men, I was at the border with China in Arunachal Pradesh. We had gone for a patrolling and we were about to get into the hands of the Chinese. Most scary situation. And the next fearful situation was a few weeks back during this DMT course when I was learning to make slides. Yeah, I'm serious.
Yes,
You know, Umama madam is too good with MS PowerPoint. You agree?
Hats off, hats off.
Yeah.
Agree,
too good.
100%.
Yeah, and she was taking the classes with full dedication.
Yeah.
And my exposure to making slides was limited to editing the full stops and commas, and that's it. I never made real slides. Somebody used to give and I used to edit and okay, ho gaya.
Oh, yeah.
And Umama madam was bent upon making us all experts quickly. That was her takiya kalam. And frequently she used to use that word quickly. And whenever she said quickly, I used to start sweating. She used to pick up one functionality after another quickly. And she had so much to teach us in such a short span of time. And by the time, for example, she was at the fourth functionality, I was struggling with the first one. Acha, Arun sir had forbidden me not to take notes during the lessons. मैं करूं तो क्या करूं? The situation was really scary. 3 or 4 times I requested Umama madam to go slowly. She would accept, but again she would pick up speed. And once she probably got frustrated and said, we will do it all over again. And I was also equally frustrated and said spontaneously in Hindi, Madam, आप अपनी Ferrari दौड़ाइए, हम एम्बेसडर में पीछे पीछे आएंगे. You remember? Acha, Abhi, on top of that, to someone from this group, I think it was Tiwari ji or Mathur Sahab, he said, Rao Sahab, हम भी आपके साथ हैं धक्का लगाने के लिए.
So पीछे वही हैं दोनों, हैं?
Yeah, this is the scene. And just imagine a young, beautiful Umama madam zooming by in a red Ferrari.
Yeah.
And 3-4 oldies chasing her in an old ambassador car. Umama madam, you're not here, but I dedicate this slide to you. I have learned how to make slides. Thank you.
That was so funny. That was really
I
so
like
funny.
sir. Mathu sir and myself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, and now.
You can unshare the screen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really so funny. So funny. So, Chandruji, abhi time ho gaya reflections ka. So we hope today's valedictory ceremony has added a few memories to our lives. Ralph Emerson believed that the reward of a thing well done is having done it. DMT2 course began and ended. Cannot believe how fast time flew. Similarly, the ceremony also began with so much of fun and energy. And in this certification ceremony, we are all together again. So, Chandruji, over to you for the closing words from Virendraji. Chandruji?
Virendraji?
It's a time for closing the ceremony.
Sir, I heard you close, Chandru sir.
No, but from Mr. Venkatesh Prasad.
I invite Venkatesh Prasad ji to, on behalf of DMT2 participants, to deliver the vote of thanks. Venkatesh Prasad ji, over to you.
Thank you all. Yeah, thank you all for giving me this honor. As are going to come down on this function, I would say that, probably with a heavy heart, probably will be exiting in a couple of minutes from now. But as they say, the world is round and small, and we are definitely going to meet. And more so in a virtual world, I think we'll be meeting more frequently than what we were meeting pre-COVID also.
In person.
Yeah. So first and foremost, my sincere thanks on behalf of my colleagues to Group Captain Sharma. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You've been a source of inspiration for us, and those nuggets of knowledge which you shared, I think it got us connected beautifully to the program which we have undergone now, because it clearly says that, everybody's trainable, and as and only help him rediscover himself. And through sharing I'm sure in your repository you'll be having many more such anecdotes to share with us, probably due to paucity of time. it wouldn't have been possible. But let me tell you, sir, as you were sharing your story, I was getting goosebumps, and I was actually visualizing what exactly was going on in your mind. But that in a fraction of 20 to 25 seconds, you actually turned the tide in your favor. And it clearly says that, if we are focused and then if we are determined, and whatever knowledge which we are gained, it will never fail us. It will never fail us. Thank you so very much, sir, for sparing your very valuable time.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you so very much. And I would love to meet you in person.
Absolutely. We should.
Yes. And of course, the Akshaya Patra of knowledge, an inexhaustible vessel of knowledge. Who can it be?
Arun, sir.
Absolutely right.
Arun,
Absolutely right, sir.
Arun,
Thank
sir.
you so very much.
Arun, sir. Arun.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you.
Though we are separated by just about 15 kilometers, but I've not got an opportunity to meet you. Now that I've superannuated, definitely I'll come and meet you so that I can see you in flesh and blood. So thank you so very much. So you are like an Akshaya Patra, which the vessel never gets empty. And as Madam rightly said, as your better half rightly said, you actually do not confine yourself only in the domain of training. Any knowledge, anything, I think you're a go-to man, which I've experienced whenever we have any challenges or issues. Because I remember initially when I was having some challenges, I used to contact you, and just like me, probably you're also an early riser. You get up during the Brahma Muhurta time. I get up at 4 o'clock and you also get up at 4 o'clock. Once I remember I sent you a message at 4, and prompt at 4:05 a.m. I got the response from you. So what I can say is that, the content which are churned out, because I'm also a voracious reader, but the content which are churned out, I think we cannot find it in any textbook. I do not know. Probably people say that, I don't have time, but probably people should reach out to you to really find out how you can make best use of your time. And what I realized is I was reading a book. We cannot manage our time, but what we can manage is our energy. And you're proved, sir, that if you manage your energy, you can manage your time. And when you started the session on niche, I was thinking, what is all this about? It got me really scratching my gray skills to find out the right match between my strengths and the target audience I need to address. Even now, I'm trying to really fathom out, but at least it's given me some direction as to whom I should target as far as the programs which I'm going to, churn out. Wonderful, sir, in terms of taking us to that program on niche, which in fact forms the basis for this particular program. And a program on, there are a plethora of programs, but due to paucity of time, I would cut short. The session on personal branding was too good, sir. In fact, it helps us to really brand out, and you really helped me to reposition myself. In fact, I had drafted a particular branding statement for me, but when I got in touch with you, it really made me think that, it's just not make a cliche statement, not generic statement, something which, which actually grabs the attention of your audience. And I'm sure all of you people would have definitely experienced this also when we had that session, though I was shy to come out with my statement during the breakaway session, but I mailed you and you got back to me immediately, went through it and made corrections as far as my personal branding statement was concerned. And you provided us a framework which has set the springboard. Let me tell you, sir, the framework what you provided, excellent. The way the curriculum has been drafted, it is phenomenal. And it's, a lot of thought process would have gone into in chalking out this particular curriculum, because what I found was none of them were, every particular topic was connected with each other. So it was not that, each topic was, it was not in silos, I would say. So everything was interconnected, which helped us to actually recap the learnings of the previous session. And the framework which you have provided has set the springboard for all of us to catapult ourselves as international trainers. Thank you so very much, sir, for, I know these words are too less to extol the virtues and the capabilities which you have and which are shared with us. And secondly, I would also like to thank Nisreen Gandhi, because her session gave us a lot of insights into identifying the different learning styles of people, and accordingly, tailor our contents whenever we want to conduct a program. visual. It's because some people, they learn through visual cues, some people learn through auditory cues, some people learn through kinesthetic cues. So that gave us a lot of insights. Madam is not here, but I'm sure certainly you can convey to her, sir, our heartfelt thanks to Nisreen Gandhi. And of course, what can I tell about the pocket-sized dynamo? I would call her the pocket-sized dynamo, Umamma Tabassum.
Mama.
I am telling, amazing she's. I would brand her as, a pocket-sized dynamo. Always, as I think Colonel Ramrao said, she used to say, we are running short of time, but she had the tremendous patience to take us through that. And in fact, now the first thing which, what I'm doing is at the moment is now, since I have a lot of time, I'm going through the recordings of her PowerPoint presentation because there's a lot to be learned over there. And more than anything, the dedication which she shared, which she demonstrated was phenomenal. Even on Wednesdays, she used to have those practice sessions, especially with regard to video casting and podcasting. Amazing. I must really thank her. And then brevity is the soul of the wit. This is what I learned from Mr. Balaji, from Sujata Balaji's program. Madam, she's not here today. And I remember one of the programs I could not attend in time. She called up to say, are you joining? Yes, sir. I said, I'm joining. And I would say probably, she's the Shakespeare of this particular group. She's really been an inspiration. The choice of words she uses, and then the way, the spontaneity which she demonstrates is phenomenal. Madam, we would definitely love to emulate you, and I'm sure we'll definitely emulate you. Jyotinath Balaji, thank you so very much, sir, for the very valuable inputs you gave us with regard to leveraging the social platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and brand ourselves as how to, and more than anything, how to create a website. And Suresh Ramnathan, I would say his session on instructional designing was awesome, because since I'm into hardcore training, I'm not that good, because even for me, as far as my PowerPoint knowledge was concerned, it was confined to opening a PowerPoint deck and then, just putting something over there. But now I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, before the program, I rated myself, I gave a score of 2. Now probably I'm at 4, but still there's a lot to go as far as my PowerPoint skills presentation are concerned. Coming to Mr. Suresh's program, his program on instructional design was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It talked about, first and foremost, you should have a learning objective. Who's your target audience? What is it that you want to communicate? Second thing is, what is it that you want the audience to achieve through this session of yours? And then you start working backwards. And it also helped us to design our facilitation guide and a participant guide. And of course, I forgot to share one more thing. Just a couple of days back, I wanted to know how do you create an editable PDF document? I got in touch with Umama. She gave me the tips also. That is the dedication which she showed, because all your trainers at the moment, most of the time, since we are going to use a virtual platform, we would be using certain participant guides and some facilitator guides where, earlier when we used to have a face-to-face, we would give them hard copies or printout. But now the participant can actually preserve the participant guide. So that is where, this editable PDF document comes very, very handy. And Mr. Arun, you had asked for a feedback. I'd shared this feedback. Probably in the next program, we can have a session on how the participants can, how all these people can be trained to create editable PDF document. And last but not the least, a big thanks to all my dear learners on this platform. Was amazed to see many of them who held top positions in their respective fields, but still very humble, because I believe when it comes to learning, we should set aside our egos. We should set aside our designations. We should set aside our ranks. What is important is there's a lot to be learned from every one of us. And that's what I experienced over here. And though, I was regretting that some of the live programs I could not attend, but I used to make it a point to go through the recording and used to share the feedback on a personal basis with the people who presented. And of course, my presentation is still due, which I've already shared with, I think Chandrasekhar is maintaining that particular tracker. So I would say that, this is just the beginning of the journey. It's not the end of the journey. The journey begins now. because now all it was at the moment, because I'm a biology student and a pharmacy student, many of the things what happens is the experiments are conducted in vitro. In vitro, it's a very, the controlled environment. So it makes us more comfortable. But from now onwards, we get into in vivo. So in vivo, when you get into in vivo, that is where, the rubber hits the road. And this is where, we will expect a lot of bouncers and googlies, like the way Mr. Arun Subramanian used to bowl googlies the moment we used to come out of the breakout rooms. So now let's not get scared or overawed when a question is shot to us by the participant, because we have learned some of the techniques over here. Like if something we don't know, we deflect it back to the participant itself, and there's a lot to be learned from the participants. So this is all I've got to say. And thank you so very much, sir. My sincere thanks to Arunji, Group Captain Sharma, and to all my colleagues and to all the other teachers who were here, who taught us. I would say, no, we never got the impression that we were taught. What we got the impression, we learned something over here. Because in most of the programs, there's a lot of push element. And the fact that this program used to be held on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, between 7:30 to 10:30, and particularly me being an early riser, around from 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the night, my upper eyelid used to crave to make love with my lower eyelid. You got the meaning, I suppose. I used to
Yes.
But the sessions used to be so interesting, it used to keep me awake. So what I mean to say is this is one particular program where there was no push at all. It was more of pull, because that is where, the intrinsic learning began over here. And thanks to you, and hats off to you, Mr. Arun, for creating such a wonderful environment and a wonderful curriculum. And I'm sure the best form of Guru Dakshina we can give you is, we will keep this flag flying high, not only in the national platform, but even in the international platform. And we will prove to you, sir, we will see that, we will ensure that this flag keeps flying high. And then that is the best form of Guru Dakshina we can give you, sir. Thank you so much,
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the platform today and making this valedictory function such a huge success. My very, very sincere thanks to Group Captain Sharad Sharma, not for coming here, but for having the patience of rejoining twice and being with us throughout the entire journey. That shows what sort of a gentleman he is. And I am honored to be associated with you. And my thanks goes to Nagi sir for bringing you into my life.
It was my honor and my privilege.
I always believed, that when God brings two people together, there must be a reason behind it. God does not play dice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a great evening. But as someone rightly said, every evening has to come to an end. Let this be a new beginning from tomorrow onwards. Thank you, folks. Good night.
Picture abhi baki hai.
Baki hai, sir. We have to conclude.
Picture abhi baki hai.
Sir, we have to conclude.
अभी दो मिनट का समय है, कृपया दीजिए. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. DMT 1, DMT 2, DMT 3, DMT 4 ऐसे जाते जाएगा और वो बनेगा DMT to the power of n+1. This is all what we all have in our mind. Sandhya ji, थोड़ा इसके ऊपर रोशनी डालिएगा, please.
Yes. And with this, we have now reached the end of the valedictory function. There is an end to everything. But as Prasad ji also rightly said, but we believe there is never an end, but always a beginning. Everyone has talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it. A quote says, if you are not prepared to be wrong, you will never come up with anything original. Congratulations to all of us on becoming DMTician as international online trainers, and wishing all of us good success. Arun sir, we are going to miss you, but we will meet you soon in DMT3, just like Chandruji said, picture abhi baki hai.
Baki hai.
This is Sandhya and Chandruji, your MCs for the evening, signing off. Until we meet again, take care and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you.